Ladies and gentlemen, it is football time in Texas.
On the Howe Enterprise Sports webcast from HoweEnterprise.com. This is Howe Bulldogs football. Howe Bulldogs football brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Howe Athletic Booster Club, TechWave, and Meacham State Farm.
Kiss him goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas.
Also brought to you by Independent Financial, Michelle Castle Guild Mortgage, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, GCEC, and Realty Group. Attorney Micah Belden.
Call the nurse. It's 4th down and 1. Grab the Tylenol. Here we go.
Also brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Corfit's Gym, Quick Check Convenience Stores, Robertson Welding Services, Hit Exteriors LLC, Goodfellas Barbershop, Bucksnort Barbecue.
Howe has the football. A turnover, and that's what the Bulldogs needed.
Also brought to you by Knight Furniture, Don's Smokehouse, Rapid Electric, 4A Automotive, Douglas Propane, and the $1 Million Athlete.
It's a Haley's Comet for the first time in his career.
Now let's open the Robertson Welding Service tailgate party and join the voice of the Howe Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
Hello 2021. There's nothing quite like opening night for the Texas high school football season. It's that time of year when Main Street windows are painted, pom-poms are thrown in the air, the marching bands strut their stuff, and the expectations are amped up. It's a good old dog and cat fight to open the season as the Callisburg Wildcats are coming off a 5-6 record in their first season with head coach Eddie Gill, and they look to improve upon that with multiple returning starters. The Howe Bulldogs are trying to completely forget about 2020 and put the first ever 0-10 season clearly in the rearview mirror. There's a new energy at the Dog Pound with the new artificial turf playing surface. The 86-year-old eldest active stadium in North Texas opens her doors for the 78th Bulldog season. It's the Callisburg Wildcats and the Howe Bulldogs, and it's football time in Texas. Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
This is Coach Davey Dubose, former Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Jody and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletics, girls and boys, middle school and high school. Good luck to all the Howe teams in the coming school year.
This is Coach Jay. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask you to back the Dogs and become a member today. Visit Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Bulldog pride never dies.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a Bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
If your air conditioner broke down, would you call an expert auctioneer?
Open up the air conditioner, gonna get a wrench, looking for a wrench in the toolbox, looking for a wrench, screwdriver, got a screwdriver.
Yeah, no. You'd call the real air conditioning experts, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. If you've heard you need expensive repairs, get a second opinion with Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, who have over 50 years experience here in Howe. Call 903-532-6255 or see them at 215 Denny Street. License number 004693C.
You're listening to the Robertson Welding Service Tailgate Party. Today's Senior Spotlight is brought to you by Ed Meacham State Farm. Now let's join Monty Walker with this week's seniors.
We're going to start the season off with Caleb Mcnutt and Daniel Del Angel. We'll start with Caleb. You didn't start school here. Where'd you come from?
I came from Sherman and moved here my freshman year.
So what was it like switching schools?
It was kind of difficult, trying to make new friends and everything and figure out, where I'll fit in and stuff. But hasn't been too bad at all.
Your dad was a Tom Cat. Does he talk about his playing days?
Yes, yeah, he does a lot. He was a quarterback for Tom Bean and went all district, all state, one of those. I can't remember which one he said, but yeah, he does.
New year, is 2020 in the rearview mirror?
Yes, sir. Yes, it is. 2021's a whole new year, and just expecting a lot of good things this year.
New turf, how's that going so far?
We love the new turf, yeah. Practicing 10 times better on it, and games just can't wait to see.
What's the best part of being a part of this team?
This team just really has some drive and motivation every time we step out on that field. It's something that's a lot different from last year.
New coaches, what do you think?
I've actually experienced new coaches every year my high school career, but I really like this coaching squad a lot. Yep.
Any predictions on the year?
I predict a good year. Definitely going to get some wins this year.
That's Caleb Mcnutt. When we come back, we'll hear from Daniel Delangel.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at mredinsurance.com.
All right, we're here with Daniel Delangel, the new kicker. Have you ever played football before?
No, sir.
How did you get on this team? What's the story?
Well, I heard that they needed a new kicker since Kevin left, so my friend Luis told me about it, and I gave it a shot.
So you have a soccer background. Is it hard to adjust to kicking a football at all?
Yes, it was in the beginning, but I'm kind of getting it now, and I've been practicing a lot, and hopefully I'll make a huge impact on this team.
Yeah, I was watching you at practice, and you're starting to nail those things pretty good.
Yes, sir.
So have you always gone to school here?
No, I moved from Plano 4 years ago now.
So what's it like not being a part of athletics and then all of a sudden being a huge part of this football team?
Well, it's kind of crazy because I've never done this before, but hopefully I can do good.
Are you fitting in with the team?
Yes, sir.
Daniel Delangel, do you have any nicknames?
No.
Can we go with Danielson?
Yes, sir.
All right, we got permission to use Danielson. Okay, last year Kevin Flores, we called him K9 because he wore the number 9. Now, he was in your shoes and never had played football and all of that, pretty much the same situation you're in. There were a lot of injuries last year, and he actually had to play defensive end one game. What do you feel like if you get thrown in that situation?
Well, I'll do whatever the team needs. I'll step up to the plate.
That's a great answer, and that is Danielson, Daniel Delangel.
Today's Senior Spotlight is brought to you by Ed Meacham State Farm. You're listening to the Robertson Welding Service Tailgate Party.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
Coach, we have a problem.
What's that?
We're cheerleaders, and we don't feel very highly motivated today.
What? I don't want to hear talk like that. You know what you girls need? You need some handmade onion rings, a burger, tots, and a shake.
That actually sounds really good.
Now are you motivated?
Yes, sir! This is how you Sonic.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company, NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community, in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to the Robertson Welding Service Tailgate Party. Today's District 5 3A Division I Roundup is brought to you by Don's Smokehouse.
Don's Smokehouse is located in downtown Howe and is a full-service butcher shop.
Now let's join the blizzard. Blake Burnett with the District 5 3A Division I Roundup.
Hello everyone, we have finally made it to football season. We will get things started in one of the toughest districts in the state. District 5 3A Division I is the district I am referring to. This district has some historically great football programs and some teams trying to build a winning culture. The Mount Vernon Tigers had the deepest run in the playoffs last season, all the way to the state semis after finishing 4th in the district. This season, according to Dave Campbell's football, they are predicted to win the district. The Tigers have preseason district offensive MVP at wide receiver this season, and that is Caden Kaufman. Mount Vernon will start the season tonight at Hooks. Pottsboro, a traditional power in North Texas, is predicted to get second in the district and will be starting a new quarterback this season, as Braden Plyler has been the man under center the last 3 years, graduated last year. Pottsboro will take on the Community Braves at home tonight to start their season. Mineola had a great season a year ago as they were led by Travion Sneed, who is now playing for the SMU Mustangs. They will have to fill his shoes this season if they want to get back where they were a year ago. Look for them to lean on Dawson Pendergrass more on offense this season, as he is also the preseason district MVP for defense. Mineola will start the season tonight playing at Canton. Winsboro leads heavy on the run as they are predicted to be the last playoff team out of this district. They will take on Paul Pewitt at home to start the season tonight. Raines is the outside looking in, but they will compete in every game this season. Luke Shepard, graduating a year ago, will be a big loss for them as he ran that offense to perfection the last 3 seasons. Raines will start the season tonight at Farmersville. Commerce will play hard and always have a team that can get out there and run. They will be bringing in a new quarterback as Jaden Wilson was the fastest player with the ball in his hands a year ago, graduated. Commerce will start the season tonight at Edgewood. Bonham will be returning a quarterback who can run and throw the ball nicely. Rodriguez will look to carry the family legacy as his older brother was the last quarterback to lead Bonham to the playoffs. Bonham will start the season tonight at Scurry Rosor. The Howe Bulldogs will be returning the most experienced quarterback in the district, and that will be Austin Haley, as he enters year 3 as the starter for the Bulldogs and looks to lead the Bulldogs to finding a winning mentality. The Bulldogs will start the season off at home tonight against Callisburg. That's it for District 5 3A Division I.
Today's District 5 3A Division I Roundup is brought to you by Don's Smokehouse.
Don's Smokehouse is located in downtown Howe and is a full-service butcher shop.
You're listening to the Robertson Welding Service Tailgate Party.
CoreFit Gym on Hanning Street in Howe is a full gym stocked with all the cardio and weightlifting equipment you could need. They also have a couple of new tanning beds. CoreFit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At CoreFit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. CoreFit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Hanning Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
You're invited to Bucksnort BBQ in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to come taste the difference. Click on bucksnortbbq.com for complete information. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Bucksnortbbq.com has everything, including store location, menus, hours of operation, and much more. We'll see you there. Douglas Distributing is proud to sponsor the Howe Bulldogs. Douglas Distributing has been a diversified energy supplier since 1981. They offer fuel solutions for commercial, industrial, and residential applications through North Texas and southern Oklahoma. This family-owned and operated business strives to be your go-to company for all your fuel needs. From commercial fuels, DEFs, and lubricants, they've got everything to keep your business moving forward. Call Douglas Distributing today, 903-893-1181.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: To make this season a little easier, what you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Welcome to the Buffalo Wild Wings Coach's Corner. Now let's join Monty Walker with Howe Bulldogs head coach Bill Jalen.
All right, Coach, the greatest thing about 2021 is that 2020 is in the rearview mirror and it's gone. A lot of people love to see 2020 gone for a multitude of reasons. But you started preparing for this year last November. What'd you do during that time?
We took after last season, it was a tough season all around, COVID, injuries, and, brand new district that is very tough. So it was just a tough season all around. So last year when the football season ended, I kind of sat down and evaluated and said, for us to be competitive in this district, we need to do things a little different this year. So our approach to off season last year was totally different. So we actually, starting in November, probably about 2 weeks after football season ended, we started our AM weights up, making sure everybody was lifting, basketball players, baseball players that were playing football were lifting. We also started coming in the morning for routes twice a week. The kids came in and we started implementing our new offensive scheme that we wanted to do. I knew last year we wanted to change up, not necessarily our base offense. We knew we were going to be spread, kind of like we were last year, but we were getting away from the triple option stuff and stuff like that, and wanted to go more RPO game, more spread it out a little bit and take shots down the field, kind of like how we were in 2019. So we brought the kids in all year long, 2 days a week. They were doing routes and implementing our new scheme, new formations, everything like that. We didn't change it up that much because we wanted to keep the terminology the same for the kids so it would be an easy transition. And we just kept rolling with it all the way through the spring, and it has made a huge difference this year in 2 days because the kids knew everything. They knew what we were talking about. It was funny, 2 nights ago at practice, we were doing a mesh drill with the running backs, and I just said to Austin, hey, you remember how we did it in the gym? And he just shook his head and said, yes, sir. And it was an easy fix right there. And, that saves time at practice, allows us to get more reps. So took a little different approach from the years past, but it's paid dividends so far through practice.
The turf, it's the talk of the town. You've had practice on it now. How beneficial is that for the ISD?
The turf is huge for the ISD. It's not just for football. I mean, it is extremely beneficial for football. It's when the kids step on turf, their intensity level rises. They practice harder. They go faster. But from an ISD perspective, it's huge for our band. Now, Miss Lissy even has been asking me when she can get on it, and of course, anytime she wants to use it, because it's got the true field markings for her. Rainy day practices for the football team. We're praying we never have to go into a gym. The only thing that's going to put us in a gym now for practice is lightning. So as long as it's not lightning, it can be pouring down rain. We're going to be out on that field practicing. And it's beneficial to baseball, softball. If they have a rainy day on a Wednesday, they're no longer missing practice or practicing in a gym on Thursday. They're now able to go on turf and at least do some kind of practice out there, whether it's infield, hitting fly balls, anything they want. So it's beneficial for all sports. My next plan is to try to do in the next couple of years, try to get an indoor facility, but I'll wait on that a little bit.
Or a new press box. You've got quite a few seniors on the roster, a lot of skill position juniors, even some sophomores and freshmen are going to help out this year. Talk about your roster a little bit.
We're very excited about our roster. We do have a lot of seniors on the roster that are going to fill in a lot of role-playing positions. We are pretty heavy in our junior class. Our junior class is taking a lot of the load in primary key positions on the field. And we got the 2 sophomores that are impact players. And on our front line, we got several sophomores that are impact players on our front line. Our varsity offensive line right now is really 1 senior, and then 2 or 3 seniors in the skill positions offensively. Defensively, we're carrying about 6 seniors starting for us. The rest are underclassmen. So even though we got a heavy senior class, we're still young in some positions, but a lot of those guys that are young got a lot of experience last year. So we feel we finally got a good mix of kids from sophomore to seniors that are contributing on this team. But we're excited about it. We really are.
New coaches.
Who'd you hire?
Well, first hire was Zach Hader. He's our offensive coordinator and our quarterback/receivers coach, and really excited about Zach. He's a bright young mind offensively. He's able to bring a lot of the stuff that he learned playing at Southeastern Oklahoma just 4 or 5 years ago into what we're doing. And one of the key things I wanted to do last year in the offseason was find a true quarterbacks coach for Austin and our quarterbacks coming up, Garen Langford, Devin Wallace at the junior high. You know, we got a good core quarterbacks coming through the system, so we really wanted to get a solid quarterbacks coach, and Zach's doing an outstanding job with that. Mark Ferguson, I hired him as our defensive coordinator, and I'm sure many of you have heard Mark Ferguson's voice from the sidelines through the scrimmages. He's very intense, very energetic at practice. He expects the best from the kids at all times, and he's your prototypical DC. You know, there's always a good cop, bad cop out there, and usually your DC is the bad cop. And Ferguson's doing a great job with that, and he's really done a good job with our defense. He played defensive line in college, and he's been able to teach our guys up front a lot of new skills that we haven't taught in the past, and it's helping us. Cody Nitson, he's coaching DBs right now, and he's our head baseball coach. And Cody's outstanding. I mean, he's doing a heck of a job with our DBs. He's one of those guys that has come in, and even though he's coaching defensive back, he's learning the offense at the same time. And he's doing a great job. I'm really excited to see what he's going to do with our baseball program, because when you kind of see what they are when they step on the football field, and if he coaches baseball as hard as he's coaching football, we're going to be pretty good in baseball as well.
So you're a superstitious kind of fella, probably the most superstitious I've ever encountered. So much there's a vehicle involved. Talk about this purchase and what happened here.
I'm very superstitious. The coaches always laugh at me because we'll wear a different outfit every Friday night, because and if we win, it's the same outfit every Friday night. But a couple years ago, when I was coaching in Southeast Texas, I drove a little SUV to work, and we had some really good seasons, and then I bought a truck. And since I've had the truck, we've been good, and we've been up, down, kind of in the middle of the road. And I kind of told my wife the other day, I think the truck's cursed. So she said, what do you mean? And I said, since I've started driving that truck, it's cursed. So I went out and bought a little SUV, and she knew about it, but she wasn't happy. But when I bought it the other night, I was like, we're going to win this year, because I'm not driving that truck anymore. So I still have the truck because it's a good truck, but I got the little SUV running around town now, and I'm hoping that kind of knocks that curse off of us a little bit.
You notice we've changed seats from last year. So that's how superstitious Coach Jailing is. We're going to take a 30-second timeout and hear from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout is limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit one offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
Coach, you've had a couple of scrimmages now. What are some things that you're happy about?
I've been really pleased through our first two scrimmages. Offensively, we've shown that we can move the ball. Our passing attack is really good. The biggest thing I've been impressed with in our two scrimmages is our pass blocking, our pass protection schemes, and giving Austin time is crucial with our offense. And if we give him 2 to 3 seconds, he's gonna find the open receiver. So Coach Garrett has done an outstanding job with our offensive line, getting them ready for what we're doing from an RPO game and a passing game. But the biggest thing I saw from an offensive standpoint is in the first two scrimmages through the live quarters, we'd go down and score. They may score, or we may go down 7-0, 14-7. And last year I would have felt that our teams facing that adversity would have shut down a little bit. But this year's team has not shut down. They went down the field against Lone Oak and scored in a minute 45 left in the live quarter. Last week against Whitewright, we were down in the first, I think it was 16-7 or something like that, or 13-7. And the biggest thing that made me so excited was when we got the ball back and they got in the huddle on the sideline. They said, hey, we did it last week, we can do it again. And they went right downfield and scored again. So they're learning how to overcome adversity, and Friday night we are going to face adversity in some form or fashion. And last year I was kind of hesitant on how our team would face that adversity. This year I'm not worried about it. I think this team will rise to the occasion. Defensively, we're doing a lot of good things defensively. Filling alleys, running to the ball. Tackling in the first scrimmage was a little suspect, but we got a little bit better in the second scrimmage, and hopefully we fine-tune that for Friday night's game. But, you know, the biggest thing defensively is our aggression. We're a lot more aggressive on that side of the ball than we were last year at this time. So a lot of good things coming out of the scrimmages. I'm excited.
Last year, started the season going over to Callisburg, facing an 0-10 team, what we thought they were going to be. They weren't. How important is it to get off to a good start Friday night?
It's very important. Last year, you know, in the first quarter, penalties killed us in the first quarter. Turnovers killed us. I think we had one bad snap in the first quarter. That first quarter over there last year was just a nightmare. It really was. Penalties was the big thing, and we could just never get in a groove after that. And it kind of set a tone that we never got really in a groove throughout the season. So going this Friday night is imperative that we start off strong. You know, like I told the kids last night, mistakes are going to happen, guys. It is. But we just have to forget about them and move to the next play. And that's the big thing. When, you know, first game, there's going to be mistakes. You know, first time under the lights, band, cheering, crowds, everything. But we just got to overcome that. It's imperative, though, that first quarter that we have a solid first quarter and something we can build on through the rest of the game. And to me, the big thing is solid first quarter, solid fourth quarter.
What's it going to take to start 1-0?
To start 1-0, we got to come out and score automatically, in my opinion. We got to come out and score. And defensively, we got to play aggressive. We got to run alleys, and we got to tackle. Tackling will be the big thing from a defensive standpoint. Special teams, we cannot take any special team plays off. They got to be just as effective as the offense and defense. But I feel if we can get the ball first, which I'm praying, you know, with the coin flip, that we can get that ball, drive down and score. Prototypical thing would be what we did against White Wright in the first scrimmage, or second scrimmage, was we drove down and scored and ate up 7 minutes and 30 seconds from the clock. But we need to do that first drive.
Today's Coach's Corner has been brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old-school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
If your air conditioner broke down, would you call an expert auctioneer?
Open up the air conditioner. Can I get a wrench? Looking for a wrench in the toolbox. Looking for a wrench. Screwdriver. Got a screwdriver.
Yeah, no. You'd call the real air conditioning experts, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. If you've heard you need expensive repairs, get a second opinion with Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, who have over 50 years experience here in Howe. Call 903-532-6255 or see them at 215 Denny Street. License number 004693C.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at mredinsurance.com.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
You're listening to the Robertson Welding Service Tailgate Party. Today's Opposite Corner is brought to you by the $1 Million Athlete. Now let's join Monty Walker in the Opposite Corner.
All right, I'm joined here with Callisburg head coach Eddie Gill. You've turned around a lot of programs in your career. You did that in Poteet, did it in Whitesboro. Callisburg had come off an 0-10 season before you took the job last year. You took them to the playoffs. What's your secret sauce on all of that?
Oh, I can't give it away. It's kind of like McDonald's, you know. They got that recipe locked up in a mason jar somewhere. I don't know. Mr. Walker, there's not any secret sauce. I mean, it's about hard work. It's about dedication, and sometimes, you know, they listen to what you say, and so, you know, there's really no secret about it. You just got to get out there and roll your sleeves up and go to work.
What was it about Callisburg that attracted you?
Well, I knew a lot of the folks over there to begin with. My wife had actually been in the district for 15 years before we came over here, and you know, and so I knew the superintendent, I knew the principal, I knew a lot of the coaches, a lot of the kids, and plus we'd been in the same district with them, even in football, and of course in all the other sports. But you know, so that was very attractive. I knew that they had that type of kid that wouldn't mind hard work, kind of like we just talked about, you know, that they wouldn't mind rolling up their sleeves and going to work, and they were going to know that they're not going to be the most athletic team on the field, but they were going to compete well. And so consequently, when that job came open, visited with Mr. Metzler, our superintendent, and we kind of worked it out. And plus, I was coming off a deal where, you know, I really didn't want to move, and I really wasn't ready to retire. Hopefully, I've proved that, you know, those juices are still flowing. And so, you know, it was just a great situation for my family and hopefully for Callisburg ISD.
Now, you played for the legendary head coach Gordon Wood at Brownwood. How much of his influence is seen in your game on a Friday night?
Gosh, I hope every play, you know, that there's some, I mean, the guy has won more state championships than anybody else in the history of Texas high school football. Now, Coach Surratt at Carthage made time this year, but, I mean, that's a lot of football. And, you know, he had great success, not even at Stanford before Brownwood. And, you know, basics and fundamentals and hard work is really what we did there at Brownwood. It wasn't that we were great athletes or great this or great that, but it had a great community. It had a really solid coaching staff and kids that worked hard. And so hopefully that carries over to what I've been doing for, you know, this will be my 30th year as a head coach and AD. And I hope that, you know, Coach Wood could, you know, look back and say, man, that's cool. I'm glad Eddie Wayne is getting it done right.
A year ago, Howe traveled over to the Berg to open the season against what they thought might be an 0-10 team. They quickly found out otherwise. You now come into Howe to face a team that was 0-10 a year ago. The situation seems to have flipped. Talk about that.
Well, that's a great question because, you know, there's no way I can look at Howe as an 0-10 team. I mean, we went and watched them scrimmage. We've got them on film. And our kids have watched the film, and so the little quarterback over at Howe is a really fine football player. He puts the ball on the money. He puts it on time. They've got big kids up front. They got some kids that can catch it defensively. They run the ball well. I understand the schedule that Coach Jolly has, that Howe Bulldogs have. I mean, that's just that's brutal to have that schedule and to be in that district. So our kids hopefully are smart enough football-wise to not look at a record, but maybe look at the schedule that they had. You know, other than that, I mean, that's, you know, you can't look at any kind of record. I mean, it's not like we were just bright and shiny and we're 10-0 the other way around. So we still got lots of work to do, and we'll have to play extremely well tomorrow night.
A year ago in this game, you were in your first game as the head coach of Callisburg. New team. In the first quarter, you scored on a tackle-eligible trap. Most teams aren't able to pull that off in week 4 or 5 or 6, maybe even 8. So I'm assuming we're going to open the game with the Boomerooski or something. Is that right?
Well, you never know, Coach. I mean, you know, you got to keep them hopping. But I'll tell you, I'm going to answer that question kind of with a couple of previous questions a while ago about Coach Wood's influence. We always had, I mean, and we worked on trick plays in the summertime and in the spring and those kind of things. And, you know, and in that way you don't have to wait till week 4 or week 8. It just so happened that it went the way you drew it up, and so yeah, that was one of those. Those plays too. Also, they're high reward, but they're also high risk. If something happens, you can sure get a turnover or tackle for loss or something like that. But yeah, and it's not just, we don't plan on when we're going to do it. If we try to look at a situation, we had a short field and we had a good play right before it, and so we figured, okay, we're going to try this one right off the bat, and sure enough, it busted, and it made that kid's, every week after that he was like, "Are we going to run that play, Coach? We're going to run that play." So it might have been a bad thing in the long run for us.
And to add insult to injury, the kid's name was Howe.
And I didn't even, you mentioned that the other night when I saw you at the scrimmage, and I was like, yeah, I just wanted to kick myself and think, I wish I'd have thought of that, but I didn't even realize that until you said it, and I was like, you're right. It was Tyler Howe.
So you're in District 6, Division 2. You go out west. What's the outlook for 6-3A?
6-3A, you have to go through Holiday. They're the kingpin. They have been for a while, except for the years that Gunner's been in that district. But these 2 years here, it's Holiday. City View is strong, but they're not quite as sound and as good as maybe Holiday is. They're just as athletic. But Holiday, then City View, and then Henrietta's got a good club. They're always going to be good. Valley View, they're only 2 years removed from going to the semifinals. So, you can't ever go to sleep on Valley View. And, Nakona's got a new head football coach and AD over there, and Coach Krutzinger. And I worked with him for a year over at Gainesville. And I know he'll do a great job and get them going. And so it's going to be competitive, but make no doubt, you got to go through Holiday. In that district for sure.
Last question, Coach. Looks to be about 86 degrees at kickoff. Is that enough for the Gordon Wood, coat and tie on the sidelines?
Oh goodness, the coat and tie don't come. Now the tie will be on. The tie and the dress shirt will still be on, but it'll be short sleeve. Either that or the sleeves will be rolled up. The jacket usually doesn't come out until about district time in mid-October or something like that, and get a little bit cooler. I used to be hard-headed. I used to wear the jacket and the tie all year long, and I just ruined too many shirts. My dry cleaning bill was just way too high. So, yeah, the tie will be on, but no jacket for sure.
Today's Opposite Corner is brought to you by the $1 Million Athlete. You're listening to the Robertson Welding Service Tailgate Party.
Coach, we have a problem.
What's that?
We're cheerleaders, and we don't feel very highly motivated today.
What? I don't want to hear talk like that. You know what you girls need? You need some handmade onion rings, a burger, tots, and a shake.
That actually sounds really good.
Now are you motivated?
Yes, sir!
This is how you Sonic.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company, NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
CoreFit Gym on Hanning Street in Howe is a full gym stocked with all the cardio and weightlifting equipment you could need. They also have a couple of new tanning beds. Corfit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At Corfit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. Corfit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Hanning Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
You're listening to the Robertson Welding Service Tailgate Party. Today's Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor is brought to you by Quick Check Convenience Stores. Now let's join Monty Walker with the Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor.
The Howe Bulldogs are preparing for their 78th opening night. Overall, the Bulldogs have a record of 46, 28, and 3 on opening night, but have lost the last 2. The last opening night at Bulldog Stadium resulted in a 21-18 win over Ponder in Bill Jailing's first game at the Dog Pound. That night, Arturo Lauder scored a pair of touchdowns, and Austin Lee scored the first touchdown of the season. The Howe Bulldogs close out Bulldog Stadium's history with a grass surface, as tonight we'll see the first ever game on turf. Since the beginning of the program, Howe's record at home on grass was 219 wins, 167 losses, and 11 ties. August 27th has been the opening date for Howe twice in the past, and the Dogs are 1-1 in those games. In 2004, they lost to Denton Liberty Christian 14-0, and in 2010, won at Collinsville 26-12 to begin a season that would end with a 9-2 record and a district championship. Tonight's opponent is Callisburg, where Howe owns an overall record of 9-4 against the Wildcats. They have outscored the Wildcats 302-234. However, last year's 48-8 loss at Callisburg was a shocker and set the tone for an underachieving season riddled with injuries. Howe lost 2 starters that night and never returned to the field. The first game in the series took place in 1967, where Callisburg won 16-8 at Bulldog Stadium. Howe won 5 straight in the series from 1980 to 1991 and 4 straight from 2010 to 2017. The most points Howe has scored in the series was 30 years ago when the soon-to-be district champion Howe Bulldogs scored half 100. The low water mark was in 2007 when Callisburg scored 63. In the first ever matchup, the Wildcats' Ronnie Morrell scored the first touchdown in the series on a 9-yard quarterback keeper. Howe's Tommy Robertson scored the Bulldogs' first points of the series on a 3-yard touchdown run.
Today's Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor is brought to you by Quick Check Convenience Stores.
Quick Check Convenience Stores, moving small towns forward. Family owned and operated in North Texas since 1977.
You're listening to the Robertson Welding Service Tailgate Party.
You're invited to Bucksnort BBQ in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to come taste the difference. Click on bucksnortbbq.com for complete information. That's bucksnortbbq.com. BucksnortBBQ.com has everything, including store location, menus, hours of operation, and much more. We'll see you there. Douglas Distributing is proud to sponsor the Howe Bulldogs. Douglas Distributing has been a diversified energy supplier since 1981. They offer fuel solutions for commercial, industrial, and residential applications through North Texas and southern Oklahoma. This family-owned and operated business strives to be your go-to company for all your fuel needs. From commercial fuels, DEFs, and lubricants, they've got everything to keep your business moving forward. Call Douglas Distributing today, 903-893-1181.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
If your air conditioner broke down, would you call an expert auctioneer?
Open up the air conditioner, gonna get a wrench, looking for a wrench in the toolbox, looking for a wrench, screwdriver, got a screwdriver.
Yeah, no. You'd call the real air conditioning experts, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. If you've heard you need expensive repairs, get a second opinion with Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, who have over 50 years experience here in Howe. Call 903-532-6255 or see them at 215 Denny Street. License number 004693C.
On the Howe Enterprise Sports webcast from HoweEnterprise.com. This is Howe Bulldogs football. Today's scene setter is brought to you by Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, proud partner of Bulldogs Athletics.
Opening night. It's not just another opener at Bulldog Stadium. The 86-year-old Lady of Pride 86th the grass surface and underwent cosmetic surgery to become the hot new talk of the town. But not to be overshadowed, the Howe Bulldogs also have transformed themselves into a slinging machine with a plethora of returning skill players.
Wide open, Ryan Huff caught it at the 48, sprint towards the end zone, and the Bulldogs have struck first.
It's time for the 78th season. Tonight, the Cats from the Berg come lurking into the dog pound, seeking a repeat of last year's 48-8 win. But the Bulldogs have 75 ways to be motivated. It's the 2021 season opener. It's the Howe Bulldogs and the Callisburg Wildcats. Here we go! Live from the dog pound in H-Town, it's Howe Bulldogs football. And it's football time in Texas.
Today's scene setter is brought to you by Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, proud partner of Bulldogs Athletics. You're listening to the Robertson Welding Service Tailgate Party on the Howe Enterprise Sports webcast from HoweEnterprise.com. This is Howe Bulldogs football. Football time in Texas is just moments away. Now, with the call of the game, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
Football, football, football. Justin White, it is football time in Texas, 2021. We've been waiting for this for quite some time. This is what you want. This is, and Howe has come in and just, blown up this whole place and say, we're going to eliminate the grass. We're going to move into the 21st century and look out here, and it is a gorgeous, beautiful AstroTurf. I tell you what, it's a new era with a new blown-up Bulldog and tunnel in the end zone about ready to get going. It's a new era in Howe, Texas. And hopefully, Justin White, will have a little bit better turnout than we had a year ago in 2020 from the Bulldogs.
It's a beautiful landscape here tonight. You got the new field, you got the new tunnel, as you said, the new coaches. Coach Jay's got a new car. I mean, there's new everything in 2021. And I think everybody's been waiting for this since last November when the season ended. So I'm excited really about tonight. The weather's nice. It looks great outside. Bulldogs are getting ready to come out here soon. But it's a great night.
It is a great night. And, we had a good pregame show. We went a little long. It's about 46 minutes on the Robertson Welding Service tailgate party, so we started it a little bit early because we had so much going on. And I'll tell you what, opening night sure is fun. It's a great night, and we're just glad to be here. We're going to start off with the starting lineup, if you will. And Justin, do you want to start with the Callisburg offense?
Sure, I can.
This is the Hit Exteriors starting lineup.
Okay. Let's start on the offensive line. Starting at left tackle is senior Blake Boren. Left guard is Zach White. At center is Jacob Dennington. Right guard is Jacob Weir. And right tackle is Rowan Brown. At the slot is Jake Pollard. Running back is Braden Trammell. The other slot is A.J. Cowger. At the X receiver spot is Colton Simpson. At the Z receiver spot is Grayson Thurman. And playing quarterback, number 3 junior Colton Montgomery.
For the Bulldogs up front on defense will be Luis Gonzalez at defensive end. They're going to run a 4-3 tonight. They've been running a 50 all through the two-a-days and summer and all of that, working that in. But tonight they thought, well, we better get ready for a 4-3 look against Callisburg. So that's what they've decided to do. Will Fleming, the DT, along with Jaron Grisham, and the defensive end, freshman Charlie Vera, will get the start tonight. The linebackers will be Caleb Hicks Carson Daniels, and Bryce Crosby, all juniors. The secondary tonight will be Wesley Inge at cornerback. He is back from his broken collarbone that he suffered in 7-on-7 over in Gunner. The other cornerback on the other side will be Caleb Mcnutt. Those are both seniors. In the middle, the sophomore Cooper Jones will get the start at strong safety, and the free safety will be Austin Haley, the junior. And we're excited to see what the defense can do with that ramped up and improved secondary.
Absolutely. Let's start with the go with the Callisburg defense up front. They're running a 3-4, the three defensive linemen. They have Colton Rorbo. I think I may be pronouncing that wrong. Nose tackle is Blake Boren. Defensive end is Shelby Price. Playing the linebackers is Braden Trammell. Weak side linebacker is Destin Moore. Middle linebacker is Colton Simpson. And Carl Moore, the other linebacker. Cornerbacks are A.J. Cowger and Destin Moore. And then strong safety is Jake Pollard, and free safety is Caden Flanagan.
Up front for the Bulldogs, the left tackle is Will Fleming, the left guard Caleb Hicks. And the center is sophomore Malin Walker, the right guard, the freshman Charlie Vera, and the right tackle is the sophomore Michael Riddle. So on the front line you have sophomore, freshman, sophomore, and then junior, senior, representing all of Howe High School right there.
Absolutely.
Split out wide to the left will be Caleb Mcnutt at the X. He's a senior. The quarterback will be Austin Haley. We'll tell you a little bit about Haley and his quarterback watch of all time here coming up here in a little bit. Ryan Huff will be split out wide to the right. He's a junior. The slot on the next to Mcnutt will be Ethan Lopez. He's a senior. Carson Daniels will be in the backfield. He's a junior. He'll see spotting action at times from Bryce Crosby. And playing the slot receiver on the right side will be Cooper Jones, backed up by Colin Murphy, we'll see at times. So 4 seniors, 3 juniors, 3 sophomores, and 1 freshman starting for Howe.
They're getting a little bit older each year, so young guys are growing up.
And that's your Hit Exterior LLC starting lineup. Hit Exterior, hometown, Howtown Roofing Company. Roofing with Bulldog pride, 1 shingle at a time. We also tonight we have back with us again this season is Caroline Slauson. So Caroline, I don't know if she's made her way out there. We saw her a moment ago. Let's see if I can find her.
I'm still out here.
There are you. Hey,
yeah.
there you are. Hey, what's it like tonight? What's the temperature? What do you got out there?
So I'm actually still up here in the stands, and there's such a nice breeze. I would love to stay up here because I think once I go down there, it's not going to be as nice. But this is the first time I'm getting a look at this new field, and this is just so cool. Everyone is. I think we're excited for some football. I can't believe it's this time of year again, but here we go.
Yeah, it looks really great out there. It really does. And we had some little trivia a year ago. By the way, that's our night furniture sideline report from Caroline Slauson. You know what we haven't done yet?
There we go.
How do we do that?
It's first game of the season. We're still working out the kinks.
So last year it was not a very fun night. Matter of fact, we were on the top of the press box, which was strike 1. It was over 100 degrees, strike 2, and then the game itself basically was strike 3. It was not a good experience. Matthew Hayes was the leading ball carrier for the Bulldogs. He's no longer on the team. He had 5 carries for 31 yards that night. Jalen Thornton, who we thought was going to be all-world a year ago.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's ball game.
Actually,
between the Callisburg Wildcats and hometown Howe
Thornton
Bulldogs.
only had
this game is being conducted according to
3
rules
carries in that game a year ago. For 3 yards.
Regardless of the outcome
but another
of
thing about that game a year
all
ago
the
was penalties
players
after
have
penalties
proven
after
their
penalties after
willingness
penalties.
to
They couldn't get out of their
sacrifice in
own
order to
way,
achieve
and
athletic
that was a
excellence.
problem
We
for the
ask
Howe
that
Bulldogs. They were
spectators,
they were
you consider
constantly
the time
second down and
and effort
long,
each of these
almost
teams,
every series.
coaches,
and it was a really bad situation for the Bulldogs. It got out of hand. It was 28-0 with about 2 minutes left to go in the first half. And we were thinking, is this the way it's going to go all year? And unfortunately, it kind of did go that way all year. So, but it's a new year. It's 2021. We got new turf. The players are a little bit older, and I'm excited. I think it's going to be a great year for the Bulldogs, at least one that they're going to be able to compete better than they were a year ago.
Absolutely.
Let's go over the opponent overview. This is sponsored by attorney Micah Belden. Justin, let's talk a little bit about the Callisburg Wildcats and what they're going to bring to the table. Of course, they have an outstanding, legendary head coach, and that's always a plus for you when you can throw somebody out there like that with that much experience.
I mean, you think about with Coach Gill, he took him from 0-10 back in 2019 to lead them to the playoffs last year. They finished with a 5-6 record, had the regular season 5-5. But he's got this Callisburg team believing they can play, believing that they can win. Last year they had, when they played Howe, they had 5 different ball carriers go over 60 yards. So they're going to run the ball a lot at Howe. And they just, they're not the most athletic team and the fastest team, but they play hard for them. And Coach Gill does a pretty good job putting them in position to win.
That's your opponent overview, brought to you by Micah Belden, the attorney Micah Belden in Sherman. So the Howe Bulldogs overview is brought to you by Goodfellas Barbershop. And Howe has changed philosophy more like 2019. They've ditched the option game that they were running last year. They kind of actually ditched that about week 3 or 4 last year, but they were trying to run that triple option with Austin Haley running the football, and that just scares me to death, number one. Number two, he's really good at throwing the football. Matter of fact, he's 5th all-time in passing. 2,076 yards in his career. Most of that came his freshman year, 1,598 yards and 16 touchdowns his freshman year. That was in that spread offense with Nate Lynch as the OC, and they were throwing it all over the place, dink and dunk, and they had a great year of being successful offensively. Last year, not so much. Regressed, didn't run that same type of offense, tried the triple option. Obviously, that wasn't Haley's strength. Now they're going back to that. They're going back to what he did when he was a freshman. And Austin Haley and Caleb Hicks and Ryan Huff are the captains walking out to the middle of the field right now. And they'll go for the coin toss. I don't think that we're going to be able to get the coin toss for you, apparently, unless Caroline's going to sprint out there real quick. I don't think we're going to be able to get it. But Haley, we're looking at some markers for Haley, and next up on the list, 6 more touchdown passes, and he passes Rick Haining for 3rd place all time in school history. And if he has 499, his next 499 yards will pass Rick Haining for 4th all time in passing yards.
Definitely doable.
So, he's going to creep up there as long as they keep doing what they're doing. And Austin Haley not only has this year, he has next year also to do some things. So, really, really excited to see what the Bulldogs can do offensively. Defensively, you got to keep improving week to week. I'm hoping that by running a 50, next week and they're going to create that pressure on the quarter and maybe even do it out of the 4-3 tonight. Just create that pressure where the quarterback can't just stand back there and pick you apart. And also, you can't give up those yards, 3 yards right off the bat like they were giving up in years past before even contact was made. So I think what they've done scheme-wise is going to help them improve. And I think they're going to be more successful this year. That's your Howe Bulldogs overview, brought to you by Goodfellas Barbershop. Goodfellas Barbershop in downtown Howe, specializing in all cuts and styles and straight razor shaves. Experience the old school feel at Goodfellas Barbershop in downtown Howe. Who won the coin toss?
I didn't see who won the coin toss. I just know Howe
won the coin toss.
Another receiving.
And is going to receive. That's what our spotter, Carson Daniels, and our engineer, Carson Grogan. I'm going to do that all year. I'm going to do it right out of the box. Carson Grogan. So we haven't really formally gone over the team. Justin White, our color analyst. Carson Grogan, our spotter and engineer. Blake Burnett, our statistician. Caroline Slauson will be on the sidelines again. And directly up above us doing stats is the Blizzard, Blake Burnett. And we got a really good crew. Really excited for what we're being able to bring Class 3A football in a broadcast situation. And here's the school song for Howe, I believe. So let's go over our final thought before kickoff. This is brought to you by Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric, don't get shocked. Call them at 903-421-8100. Justin, your final thought before kickoff.
I think offensively for Howe, I think they're, if they're going to throw the ball to the field, I think it's got to start in the trenches. That offensive line has got to protect Austin Haley. He's been knocked around, it seems like, the last couple of years, just never had time to throw the ball. So if they're going to chunk it all over the yard, they need to get protection. And I think defensively the same thing. I think down in the trenches, they're going to have to get a push up front, some penetration on the line, try to create some havoc, try to start things up there in the backfield, make things uncomfortable for the quarterback and the running back for Callisburg.
Blake, your final thought.
We will have the playing of the national anthem after all the players take the field.
Blake Harris.
I'm not hearing Blake. So
I can barely hear y'all.
There you go. There you
Can
go.
y'all hear me now?
Yes, sir. Give us your final thought.
My final thought on the game tonight will be I want to see a good running attack from the Bulldogs. I want to see offensive line get some push and Carson Daniels to have 120 yards and 2 touchdowns tonight.
I like that.
Wow, okay.
I believe that is if the Bulldogs can do that, they will be successful here tonight.
Caroline, you want to give us your final thought before kickoff? She's going to pass. So I'll give my final thought. Bulldogs are going to have to take this ball right now off the kick return, put together a tremendous drive, score on your first drive, get the lead, and then on defense, you've got to stop them. You've got to get a situation where you can go up 2 touchdowns in this football game. When you do that, all of a sudden last year goes away in a hurry. Mm-hmm. All the thoughts of here we go again are gone. If you get behind in this football game, it's here we go again. And you got to stay away from that mentality-wise, because that's what kids do. If they get behind, you got to think, and especially if it happens like a year ago where they're down 28-0 with 2 minutes left to go in the first half, you get to a point where you start losing your kids. Can't have that. Can't happen tonight. Got to take the ball. Got to score. That's my final thought, and that's brought to you by Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric, don't get shocked. Call 903-421-8100. That's Rapid Electric. So we're just about ready. I think we've got they moved the scoreboard, Justin. So I asked Kevin Wilson if we could get maybe a window cut out right here because I'm really going to have to go over. We've got about 7.5 minutes, I believe, before we kick this thing off. We've already done the coin toss. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back here in just a few minutes.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old-school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
If your air conditioner broke down, would you call an expert auctioneer?
Open up the air conditioner. Can I get a wrench? Looking for a wrench in the toolbox. Looking for a wrench. Screwdriver. Got a screwdriver.
Yeah, no. You'd call the real air conditioning experts, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. If you've heard you need expensive repairs, get a second opinion with Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, who have over 50 years experience here in Howe. Call 903-532-6255 or see them at 215 Denny Street. License number 004693C.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at MrEdInsurance.com.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
Coach, we have a problem.
What's that?
We're cheerleaders, and we don't feel very highly motivated today.
What? I don't want to hear talk like that. You know what you girls need? You need some handmade onion rings, a burger, tots, and a shake.
That actually sounds really good.
Now are you motivated?
Yes, sir!
This is how you Sonic.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company. NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back. The Howe Bulldogs just came through the tunnel in their black uniforms, black pants, black jerseys, thick gray stripe down the side, good-looking uniform, white numbers outlined in gray.
If everyone
the
will
Callisburg
stand,
Wildcats
we will
are in all white tonight, white pants,
national anthem by the Howe
white jerseys,
High School Band,
and maroon numbers. And the Pride of Howe is going to bring us the national anthem.
There's your national anthem here. We've got about 2 minutes left here before kickoff here. Monty's ran down, and we're still working out the kinks of our broadcast here this evening. Bulldogs coming in here after an 0-10 season last year in District 5, District 5 3A. Callisburg coming in here after a season of going 5-6, 2-3 in district. Made the playoffs last year, finished with the regular season 5-5, concluded their season 5-6. Coming out to kickoff here for the Wildcats, I believe that's number 20, Domingo Mata. Back to return for the Bulldogs will be Caleb Mcnutt, Braden Ulmer, and Cooper Jones. Back?
I'm back.
All
That's
right.
a pretty good sprint right there. Doing the kicking off for Callisburg.
Domingo Mata.
Domingo Mata. Callisburg kicking right to left. and it's a short kick. It's going to bounce. Callisburg may have it. It was a short kick. Callisburg says they have it.
Wow.
Carson Daniels kind of just let it go over his head and bounce. And Callisburg has come up with the first kick of 2021. A little pooch kick. I'm not even sure that was planned.
Well, I know the Bulldogs weren't expecting it. They were backpedaling already, and then it just found a soft spot there right behind Daniels.
So here comes Callisburg to start the night. And they'll be in the gun. It'll be Montgomery in the gun and Pollard to his right. They've switched spaces. It's a high snap. It goes over his head. There's a scramble for it, and Montgomery was able to get on the football at the 49-yard line. A big loss right there.
Well, he was lucky. That bounce he was able to scoop it up just in time before big Will Fleming came and just hammered him as he went down to recover that fumble there. So that draws him back about, 12 yards maybe? 11 yards?
It's a big loss. Back to the 11 yards, back to the 49. And this will be an inside trap coming near side. Simpson, he's got some room and tackled by Austin Haley at the 45-yard line. Again, good to see Haley on defense. It always worries you a little bit, but it's nice to have him.
Austin Haley is probably one of the best solid tacklers on that defense. He did a good job there coming from his free safety position there, able to take down Simpson.
Ball at the 43-yard line. Callisburg moving right to left. Third down. And a good ways to go. A screen pass out to Pollard. Being chased down, brought down by Charlie Vera at the 45-yard line. Hello, freshman.
Big Vera was over there putting on the wheels and able to swallow up there Simpson on that wide receiver screen, that little bubble screen there out in the flats. Good pursuit there by the freshman.
So there you go. Ball now at the 46. Are they going to punt this one away? You would think they would. It's fourth down and a long way, about 15 yards. And back to do the punting will be Carl Moore, it appears. Or is that Montgomery? It may be Montgomery.
I believe that's Montgomery.
Stands at the 44-yard line. A high punt, wobbly. Cooper Jones lets it bounce. It gets away from him, and right there to thankfully pick it up is one of his teammates, Wesley Inge. It went right through the hands of Cooper Jones, the sophomore. He tried to catch it on the fly, dropped it. Inge was right there, thank goodness, or that would have been the second special teams miscue already in this football game, but Howe's going to start at their own 15-yard line.
They dodged a big bullet there. Good job by Inge to be Johnny on the spot to recover that muff punt. So let's see this new improved offense here that we've been hearing about here, led by Austin Haley.
8:42 on the clock. No damage done as Howe forced a punt on the first possession of Callisburg. And Haley's going to run a trap play in the middle, and right there, nothing doing. Carson Daniels hit right at the line of scrimmage, maybe even lost a few yards, and he did. Back to about the 14-yard line, 13-yard line, a loss of a couple.
Again, we talked about that offensive line. Need to get protection only for Haley, but just to form running lanes for this running game. And big 72, Blake Boren, the nose tackle, able to get off his block and make the tackle.
Second down and 14, a loss of 4 on first down. Haley wants to throw, scrambles out of the pocket, throwing right, a bullet, and he misses Ryan Huff at the 25-yard line, just out of the stretched arms of Huff, and it'll be third down and 14 now.
Austin Haley rolled to his right there, cocked back, and as you said, threw a fastball there to Huff, just a little off target. And that's going to bring him up to a third and long. And
now whistles before we get started on this one. We'll see what this is about. It may be a clock issue.
That's what I think it's a clock issue.
7:21 on the clock is what it reads right now. We'll check. The officials are wanting to talk to Coach Jailing and see what the issue is. Actually, they're just discussing something with him.
I think they got it down. They let it tick down for a little bit. I think they got it to the spot they want. on the clock.
Remember, we've got a new crew over here in the next booth to us. Also, Leon Thornhill, as you can, I don't know if you didn't know what rock you've been under, but Leon Thornhill unfortunately passed away during the offseason, a longtime voice here. And kind of had to rebuild around, some losses there in that room next to us. So prayers go to his family. What a great loss that is to the community of Howe.
Absolutely.
3rd down and 14 as Haley will be back in the gun. Drops back, looks downfield, throws over the middle. Cooper Jones in and out of his hand. He dropped it. He had to go back for it a little bit, but that's a pass you think that Cooper Jones will catch more times than not. It's incomplete, and Howe's going to have now, wait a minute. Is there whistles on this?
Brings up 4th down for the Dogs.
Apparently it's 4th down, but now there's
the clock.
The clock is still running, and that's the issue.
Yeah.
So it'll be 4th down again after the incomplete pass. That was it wasn't a bad throw. It was a good throw over the middle. Cooper had to kind of go back for it a little bit, but that's a catch you think he's going to make more times than not.
Definitely catchable. And that would have been close to a 1st down there.
It would have been a 1st down.
Yeah. So we'll have our first punt of 2021 for the Bulldogs.
And back in punt formation is Austin Haley. He's been coached up on how to end over end kick punt this thing away where it'll bounce into a corner. So Braden Ulmer comes off the field. And now the snap is back. Ethan Lopez snaps it, and it goes off the side of Haley's foot. Wobbly kick, bounces out at about the 40-yard line on the Howe side of the field. So Callisburg's going to have pretty good field position here.
Callisburg will take over at the 40-yard line.
Right now, there's 7:26 on the clock here in the first quarter. We're just underway, no score at Bulldog Stadium.
We'll get a chance here to see the Bulldog defense here that second time. They were put in a pretty good position in that first drive because of the bad snap there.
So it's 1st down and 10 for Callisburg, right to left, heading towards the concession stand, where the FFA is selling some food over there, by the way. The Boosters. Montgomery in the gun. He's going to fake the hand to Carl Moore. Actually gives it to him around the right edge. He cuts it up 5. It's got 10 yards and a 1st down up to the 30-yard line.
Number 4.
Went off tackle there, went right behind his left guard, Zach White, who was pulling, and just right on his hip pocket there, is White able to pave the way and get him a good 1st down there. Moore's a speedster, kind of a scat back type of runner, so they're going to have to try to contain him.
Moore checks in. Moore's in for Pollard. They rotate right here. And here's Montgomery going to keep it up the middle. And a kind of a big lane over the right side. He stumbles forward for about 6 or 7 yards inside the Howe 25 to about the 23-yard line. You know what's good about the turf here is, one, it's flat. The field is flat, and you can see across the field, and the marks are all made, so you can tell exactly where the ball is.
Exactly.
2nd down and short, about 4 yards for Callisburg. Moving right to left. 2 receivers to the right, 2 now to the left. As coming to the left in the slot is Trammell. Montgomery wants to throw across the middle for Moore. It's almost picked off by Austin Haley. He read it perfectly, but it was just outside of his outstretched arms at about the 7-yard line, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 4.
Thank goodness for Austin Haley, because Moore kind of got behind the coverage, but Haley was reading that like a center fielder, and he saw that, jumped the route. It was right up the seam. A good job there by Austin Haley, just up there to get the rebound just a little bit out of his outstretched hands.
3rd down and 4. The pistol look. Handoff. Moore hit at the line of scrimmage and drug backwards. Will Fleming took him to the woodshed.
Will Fleming come and shed his block, and he got his hands on Carl Moore, and he was not letting go. Good job by Fleming on a 3rd down to come up there and drop it back for a loss.
They'll give him forward progress to the 27-yard line, 26-yard line. They're going forward on 4th down. Montgomery drops back, wants to throw, flushed out of the pocket, rolling around right. He's going to be close. Grabbed down by Carson Daniels. He breaks that tackle, and now Caleb Hicks brings him down after first yard rushing at about the 18-yard line.
Well, the Bulldog defense got a little bit of penetration, just a little bit. He was able to step out of the pocket and go downfield, and Daniels, I thought, had a good angle on him, just couldn't make the tackle. And unfortunately, that's a new set of downs for the Wildcats as they convert the 4th down.
So 1st and 10 from the Howe 18. Handoff Moore up the middle. A big seam for a moment. Spins out of a tackle. He's got good yardage. He's very quick inside the 10 to the 9-yard line, close to a first down.
Good yardage, got good vision there, just reading his blocks there and just able to just wiggle his way through that line. There weren't a lot of big holes, but he just did a good job there of finding them.
It'll be 2nd down and 1. Moore still into the game. They'll move everybody on the near side. Loaded highly to the left. Shotgun for Montgomery. He's going to hand off to Moore to the left side. Following all of those bodies on the left side, fighting for yardage. He's down at the 1-yard line. Trying to stretch it out to the near pylon.
Yeah, trying to get around that corner. And Bulldogs did a good job just kind of keeping in front of him and almost was able to get over the goal line. Bring up a first and goal.
Ball at the 1. Tight end set to the right. This is going to be a handoff to Carl Moore, fighting right over right guard. No signal yet. Now there is. Touchdown Callisburg. They strike first blood in 2021 with 4 minutes and 32 seconds on the first quarter clock. Hey, that's better than a year ago.
Yeah, better situation. I think just starting on the Bulldog side of the field, they're going to have to fix that problem pretty quickly.
Definitely need to change the field position game so far, yes.
Got the swinging gate.
So Mata on to boot this PAT through. Pollard to hold. Mata, a right-handed soccer-style kicker. Right-footed, I should say. New field goal post here at Bulldog Stadium. It's on the tee. The kick is up. It's very high. Looks true, and it is. And Callisburg lead moves to 7-0 with 4:32 left to go in the first here at Bulldog Stadium. We'll be back right after this timeout.
CoreFit Gym on Hanning Street in Howe is a full gym stocked with all the cardio and weightlifting equipment you could need. They also have a couple of new tanning beds. CoreFit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At CoreFit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. CoreFit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Hanning Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
You're invited to Bucksnort BBQ in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to come taste the difference. Click on bucksnortbbq.com for complete information. That's BUCKSNORTBBQ.com. BucksnortBBQ.com has everything, including store location, menus, hours of operation, and much more. We'll see you there.
For the Wildcats.
Welcome back. We're ready for the Tech Wave kickoff, the second one of the year. Mata, hopefully this one lands in Bulldog hands. It's a high kick, going to be taken on the near hash. Cooper Jones looking for a big seam. He's got one. 40. Look out midfield. Cooper Jones, 40. Cooper Jones, 30. Cooper Jones, 20. Kiss him goodbye. It's touchdown time in Texas. Cooper Jones, 70 yards on the kick return.
70 yards.
Cooper Jones fielded a pop fly, got a few blocks, and it was just off to the races, put it into a second gear as he got into Bulldog territory, and the Bulldogs score their first points of 2021.
Isn't that fun?
That is fun. It's good to score points now.
And now Danielson, the new kicker. He moved from Plano. He's never played football. They needed a kicker. He played soccer. They said, hey, he said, I'll try it. Here he is. Haley to hold. Daniel Del Angel. We call him Danielson. The snap is awaiting. Now it's back. It's on the tee. Danielson, a high kick, and it is true. Danielson, welcome to Bulldog Land. 7-7, game tied. 4:21 left to go in the first. Back in a moment.
Douglas Distributing is proud to sponsor the Howe Bulldogs. Douglas Distributing has been a diversified energy supplier since 1981. They offer fuel solutions for commercial, industrial, and residential applications through North Texas and southern Oklahoma. This family-owned and operated business strives to be your go-to company for all your fuel needs. From commercial fuels, DEFs, and lubricants, they've got everything to keep your business moving forward. Call Douglas Distributing today, 903-893-1181.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Well, you need you that's one of those last year. You're like, yeah, Cooper Jones, he got hit in the eye last year and you missed all those games. You're like, man, what would have Bonham been like with Cooper?
Oh, absolutely.
So here's Howe going to boot it away. Your
Daniel DeAngel kicking off. Number 2.
hit exterior
for the
scoring
Bulldogs.
drive recap for Howe. It was just a kick return. That's all it was. Here's Danielson's boot. It's a short one going to be taken up the middle of the field by Cole Morrow. He's a speedster at
Wow.
the 45-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 46. But Callisburg on their side of the field to start for the first time.
Yeah, I think just giving them more field to work with instead of starting on the short end of the field
Charlie Barrow.
can maybe help benefit the Bulldogs.
Luis Gonzalez making
Definitely
the
can
stop.
help benefit the Bulldogs.
Wildcat ball.
So Bulldogs will start at their,
46-yard line.
Callisburg will start at their own 46, moving right to left still here in the first quarter. There's 4:17 on the clock. Montgomery comes back out in the shotgun formation, and this time Pollard will replace Moore. They're alternating every other series, it appears. And it'll be the pistol look with Pollard right behind Montgomery. Man in motion coming across. And this will be a handoff to Pollard up the middle. No, Montgomery keeps it, and he's knocked down hard. Right at the line of scrimmage, Luis Gonzalez. No gain on the play. Back to the 46-yard line.
Good job for the Bulldogs staying in their lanes there. That faked both of us out because I thought Pollard had the carry, but Bulldogs able to stay on their assignments and get Montgomery there for no gain.
So far, pretty good D right here from the Bulldogs. Montgomery, again, Pollard, and this is going to be a handoff to the middle. He floats his way a little bit to the left side. Gain of about 3 near midfield up to the 49-yard line.
Jake Pollard.
Going to get that beef there in the middle. You got 65 Jaron Grisham down there. You talked about Luis Gonzalez.
Grisham making the stop. Brings up 3rd down.
I believe Will Fleming is in there. Will Fleming's had a good game so far.
3rd down and about 7 for Callisburg. Montgomery rolls out right, one to throw. And he's floating the ball down the field. There's a first down. Caught, and he's fast. To the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and tackled inside the 10. A great tackle by Austin Haley. It was Flanagan who made the catch and was speeding down the field, and Haley caught him with a shoestring tackle inside the 10 at about the 6-yard line.
First of all, that play just didn't look right at the beginning there. But Montgomery able to find the receiver there, kind of open in the middle of the zone. And good job there by Haley to track him down.
Well, if Callisburg is not able to punch it in here or settles for a field goal, make a star right there by Austin Haley for that tackle. Montgomery, and this looks like it's going to be a false start against Callisburg.
Dead ball foul.
Is this the first penalty we've had in this football game?
So.
A game 1. We are in 2 minutes left in the first quarter, and first penalty. That's very rare.
That is pretty good for both teams, too, not to have any penalties until now.
So back that one up again. So far, put that asterisk back right there by Haley's name. You hope the Bulldogs can hold them right here as it's first down and goal from looks like the 11-yard line. And this is going to be Montgomery. Given near side, Flanagan in trouble, bounces off a couple of people. Haley and Carson Daniels and Bryce Crosby all are going to bring him down. They actually stood him up till the whistles blew. So forward progress won't give him very much at all. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 2nd down and goal at the 11.
Looks like he tried to go inside and ran into one of his linemen, and they gave the Bulldogs a chance to pursue, and then did a good job at containing him. And so this still brings up a 2nd down. I thought it was going to be a 3rd down, but they had the penalty earlier. So still 2nd down and long. 2nd down and goal from the 12.
Montgomery in the gun. Carl Moore now into the game to his right. And this is going to be a high snap, swing pass out. And that's going to be caught in the backfield. And a great tackle on the edge by Caleb Mcnutt. Right behind the line of scrimmage, back to the 14-yard line.
Great job by Mcnutt. He was really fighting off his blocker there and able to finally fend him off there to make the tackle there at the line of scrimmage, or back behind the line of scrimmage. Good job there. Good pursuit there by Mcnutt.
So it's 3rd down and goal from the 14-yard line. 2 receivers out to the right, none to the left. Moore and Montgomery want to run to the left. Montgomery breaks tackles to the middle, close to the goal line, down at the 1-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and goal from the 1. Here's a big stand, big moment in the game, big decision. What are you going to do? They're going to mark it at the 2.
If I'm Callisburg, I'm probably going for it. You haven't seen Carl Moore in a few. I know they alternate with him and Pollard, but Moore's been in the game. They haven't given it to him their last few carries. I wonder if they would try to give it to the speedster. It's
just inside the extra point marker, so right at the 2-yard line. And it appears they're going to go for it. Simpson's going to be split out wide to the right. They're going to go in pistol formation with Moore dotting the I right behind Montgomery in shotgun formation. High snap, brings it down. Montgomery's going to keep it around the right edge. He's stuffed at the 1-yard line. Turnover on downs. Carson Daniels. Luis Gonzalez.
Austin Haley.
Put a star by Austin Haley's name for the game, for that touchdown saving tackle.
You're absolutely right. Defensive stand there by the Bulldogs here gives them some momentum. Now they're deep in their own territory. See if they can do something on offense. But put a star, give credit there for that defense to make a stand there. When it was down to the 1 yard, down the 1, maybe 2-yard line, 1st and goal there. And the Bulldogs able to push them back, and they got down to 4th and goal and able to make a stand there and get a stop.
So here's your deal now. Now you've got the ball, and now you're at your own 2-yard line. You got 98 yards to go. There's 17 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Game tied at 7. Pretty good football game here to open.
This is fun. A nice competitive game.
So Daniels is going to be in the backfield.
Ball security is very important right now.
Haley's in the gun. From zone 2, he's in the end zone. Now he runs up to the center, and he's going to push his way forward a little bit and gain just a little bit of yard to, maybe a couple of yards to get him out of the
gain of about a yard.
The end zone. So maybe a yard up to the 3, perhaps, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. A pretty good one. All tied up here at Bulldog Stadium, 7-7. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
Hello, Howe Bulldogs. This is Coach Joey McQueen, former Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Vic and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same today as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask that you back the Dogs and become a member today. Go visit the Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Have a great year, Bulldogs.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
Hey, this at this point a year ago, it wasn't a good situation for Howe.
Was it 28-0 at this point?
It was 28-0 with 2 minutes left to go in the half, but it was already about 21-0 at this point last year. So much better. Much improved. The offense looks better. The defense looks much better than it has in the past. Well, at any point really in 2020. And here's how. It's really hard to see down there. Backed at their own 3-yard line. Starting the second quarter. Haley in the gun, just barely in the end zone. Right behind him is a running back. And this quick pass out to the right, and that's going to be Ryan Huff at the 5-yard line. It was just a quick out. Huff makes the catch. I guess they'll give him forward progress to the 7-yard line, and that'll bring up 3rd and about 4 for Howe.
7-yard line.
Again, just a quick pass, kind of like the quarterback said earlier, just to give him a little bit of breathing room. But now you've got a 3rd down and 5, I guess it'd be.
Yeah, about 4.5, 5 yards. Haley in the gun. Drawing off sides is Callisburg going for the deep ball. Looking for Mcnutt. Goes up for it. Makes the catch at the 40-yard line. On the near sideline, Mcnutt brings it down.
Haley's Comet complete.
It was offsides against Callisburg, and Haley and his center Malin Walker saw it, snapped it, and threw it downfield for the big gain down to the 41-yard line.
You're right. Let's give credit to Walker to be cognizant of knowing somebody jumped off sides, and then Haley just throwing it downfield. Haley's Comet, if you will. He lofted it in the air, and then Mcnutt, I don't know how tall he is, but able to get up there and go for the rebound.
That was a great catch. And great coaching right there to have those kids understand how to do that. They did a lot of that in 2019. Handoff to Carson Daniels over left tackle. Not much doing there. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. I think he lost a yard, however. The run game has not been going so far tonight.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. The passing game has been decent. But the running game has been pretty much non-existent. Carson Daniels just had nothing, no holes to go through.
So 2nd down and 11 for Howe, moving right to left now towards that concession stand. 3 receivers to the right, and Haley rolls that way, wanting to throw. Looks downfield, and it's going to be caught a yard shy of the first down marker, and that is Cooper Jones on the Callisburg side of the field at the 47-yard line.
Good job there by Austin Haley as he rolled out, kind of almost threw that maybe off one leg there as he was just getting drilled there by number 11, Shelby Price. As he let go of that, knew he was going to get hit, able to release it, and it's good throw there. Good catch there by Jones.
They mark it at the 48, 3rd down and 1. Haley's going to try to sneak it for the first, and I'm not sure it's going to be close. He's going to be right at it. He's going to be right at it. And Haley, get up, young man. Get up off that pile. Come on. Get up off the floor.
He's
and
up.
He does. He's up. And they move the sticks. 1st down. Great job, young man.
It may have been a second surge that he was able to get just enough to get that 1st down. Got whistles.
So it's 1st down and 10 as Haley, and maybe the helmet came off. I'm not sure. He's going to have to come off the field for a play.
Timeout called on the
Howe
field.
has called a timeout. We'll take one,
Bulldogs.
too. We'll be right back right after this.
If your air conditioner broke down, would you call an expert auctioneer?
Open up the air conditioner. Gonna get a wrench. Looking for a wrench in the toolbox. Looking for a wrench. Screwdriver. Got a screwdriver.
Yeah, no. You'd call the real air conditioning experts, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. If you've heard you need expensive repairs, get a second opinion with Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, who have over 50 years experience here in Howe. Call 903-532-6255 or see them at 215 Denny Street. License number 004693C.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at mredinsurance.com.
1st down and 10. Howe comes back out on the field. Bryce Crosby stands to the left of Austin Haley. Waiting on the whistle. They got it. Haley wants it. Marks is going to fake to Crosby, throwing deep down the field. Looking to the left. This is going to be Ethan Lopez makes the catch inside the 30 at the 27-yard line. Welcome back, Ethan Lopez. He thought maybe he didn't want to play this year. They started practicing. He said, yeah, I do. I really want to be there, coach. He's back. That was a big catch to the 28.
Again, give Austin Haley credit. He threw that ball and got hammered again as he threw it. And good job by Lopez. That ball was going to be a little bit short. He had to come back for it, able to make the catch and get a new set of downs. Toughness there shown by Austin Haley right now.
1st down and 10, right to left. Crosby still in the game to the left of Austin Haley. This time he's going to get it. He cuts right, cuts back up the middle, and there's some positive yards on the ground. Good for maybe 3 across the 25. They'll spot it at the 24, I believe. And my voice is not in mid-season shape at all. I may lose it here in the early part of this football game. Ball spotted at the 24, a 4-yard gain for Bryce Crosby. Haley in the gun. They stop, they look. They look over to Zach Cater, the new offensive coordinator, and Bill Jalen. They're all giving signs. You don't know which one's giving the right one. Haley's back in formation. Handoff, Crosby. Nope, he pulled it, throws it out. Caught by Mcnutt at the 5-yard line. A new set of downs, and Howe's in great shape right here, penetrating the score.
A slant across the middle, and again, a laser thrown there by Austin Haley to Huff. Or is that Mcnutt? I'm sorry.
That's Mcnutt.
I'm sorry, Mcnutt there across the middle. Mcnutt's had a good game tonight.
Jones and Huff on the right side, handoff, Crosby up the middle, fighting for yardage right up the middle. Not much doing there. Maybe gets a yard inside the 5 to the 4, perhaps. We'll see where they mark it.
The ball carrier.
It'll be interesting to see what the Bulldogs do. You kind of shrink the field here now that you're at the inside the 5. Your running game has not been there tonight. What will they do offensively?
Back to the line of scrimmage they go. Second down and goal from the 4. Haley in the gun. Crosby stands to his right. Haley and Crosby talk. Kind of tells him where to go. And this is going to be Haley wanting to roll out right. Throwing inside in the end zone. Knocked away to Ryan Huff. But a flag is thrown at the goal line as Huff just ran a slant inside. The cornerback tried to knock it away. Did actually, but there might have been some contact there. And the officials are talking about it.
It looked like he had tight coverage on him. I don't know if maybe he got a hold of a jersey. I guess on the hold.
Penalty is against
Callisburg. So
first down
that'll
for
be
the
another
Bulldogs.
first down for Howe. And that'll spot the ball halfway to the goal, I believe. So it's spotted at, about the 2-yard line.
I wonder if Austin Haley's going to come here and just quarterback sneak that thing in.
Well, Cooper Jones is in the backfield. Look out here. You're going to snap it to Cooper Jones on the Wildcat. Pushed his way through. He's in. It's touchdown time in Texas. Cooper Jones on the Wildcat. Right over right guard. And Howe takes the lead for the first time in a long time.
Boy, I like this. I like this. We hadn't seen Cooper Jones get him in much at all at quarterback there. He got the Wildcat, just took it up the middle, got behind his right guard, and able to go in for the score. This is fun now.
Danielson to boot it through with Haley to hold. Ball spot at the 10-yard line for the PAT is where Haley will hold. The kick is a low line driver off the goal post and bounces his way through. Danielson wax on, wax off. It's 14-7. Howe in the lead. Back in a moment.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
Coach, we have a problem.
What's that?
We're cheerleaders, and we don't feel very highly motivated today.
What? I don't want to hear talk like that. You know what you girls need? You need some handmade onion rings, a burger, tots, and a shake.
That actually sounds really good.
Now are you motivated?
Yes, sir!
This is how you Sonic.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
Number 2.
Your hit exterior scoring drive recap. Grab your socks and pull. Listen to this. 12 plays, 98 yards. And it was capped off by a 2-yard touchdown plunge by Cooper Jones, and Howe takes the lead 14-7 with 7:15 left to go here before the half.
And you take a bunch of time off the clock, too, with that drive.
Yeah, it started with 17 seconds left to go in the first quarter. They've taken half of the second quarter here. Danielson bangs it away. It's going to be taken at about the 19-yard line. Still fighting for it is Simpson, who finally picks it up, runs to the middle of the field. He's got a big lane. Being chased down by Danielson. He gets away from him. And now Bryce Crosby's going to be on the move. He can't catch him. Simpson is going to go
Number 7, Colton Simpson.
76 yards, I believe.
For the Wildcats.
And just like that, they have a chance to tie the game on a special teams kick return of their own.
Man, when we wondered about the defenses for both these teams, It's the special teams we're having to be concerned about. Kickoff returns now by both teams.
Wow. Boy, you just had all the momentum.
I'm telling you.
Man.
How frustrating.
And the worst part is it bounced just a little bit. He muffed it a little bit. That gave time for a lane to open for him. I almost feel like if he'd have just picked it up clean and started running, it would have been better for Howe. Callisburg taking a lot of time right here before the PAT.
And the play clock's not running either.
So they're taking all kinds of time. And there's the whistle finally. They line up in the swinging gate and now move back over. Mata to try to boot through the PAT. Pollard to hold. 7:02 on the clock. That didn't take long to answer right back on the kick return. 76 yards. Pollard, the ball's on the tee. The kick is up. It's almost blocked. But it is good. That ties the game at 14-all. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company. NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. So here comes Howe's kickoff return back out on the field as Callisburg just scored on a 76-yard kick return by Mr. Simpson. That being Colton Simpson. He's a junior, 6 foot, 190, big kid. Pretty fast, too. He outran Bryce Crosby to the end zone. So Mata to bang this Tech Wave kickoff away towards the south end zone as Howe will be moving right to left. And Mata with the orange right shoe on his foot. And the kick goes to Mcnutt. Back down around the 10-yard line. Spins out of a tackle and spins down as Pollard tackles him inside the 20-yard line, and Howe will start their bounce at the 19.
20-yard line.
Well, just we need another 5, 6, 7 minute drive here.
Well, there's 6:54 left on the clock. You'd like to take all of it and take a lead into the half. First down and 10 for Howe, moving right to left from their own 19. Well, the ball spotted right at the 20, so he made his way right to the 20. So here comes Howe. Cooper Jones will be in a slot right. Huff wide out to the right. Lopez and Mcnutt to the left. Daniels back into the game at fullback. And Haley throws a quick pass out to Cooper Jones, who makes the catch, makes a couple of people miss on his way for 5 yards to the 25-yard line. And Eddie Gill not happy about something. He goes out and chews on one of his players, and it's second down and 5, maybe 4.5 for Howe after the quick pass to Cooper Jones.
I'll tell you what, Austin Haley's done a great job there of that RPO, the repass option, fakes the run and throws it out there to Huff.
Daniels to the left of Haley. One receiver and all alone on the right side is Huff. Cooper Jones splits to the comes to the near side in the slot. So Jones, Lopez, and Mcnutt on the near side. And Lopez and Jones will now switch. Lopez goes in motion on second down and 5. Haley, little bubble screen to Jones, spins out of a tackle near the first down marker, right at the 30-yard line. I think he has it.
Cooper Jones.
It's going to be close. But I think it's going to be, yes it is, a first down. A nice bubble screen to Cooper Jones on the inside. He is a Gronk. He's a Gronk.
He really is. Only a
down.
sophomore, too.
My mistake.
One of these young guys that they're depending on.
So first and 10, right to left. Lopez and Mcnutt near side. Jones on the backfield. They roll the clock. It's rolling at 5:33. Haley wants it. Walks up to the line of scrimmage and now changes his mind a little bit. Daniels goes into a pistol look. Now it comes over to the left side. Haley fakes the hand to him. Now he gives to Daniels. He bounces off one tackler and gains a couple of yards inside the 30. Daniels. Or outside of the 30 to about the 31, 32-yard line.
Gosh, it seemed like a lot of window dressing there, moving people around. And then give it to Daniels. Daniels pinballs his way there for a couple of yards. I like to see him in an open field plow somebody over.
Running right behind those shoulder pads. Huh? Second down and about 8 for the Bulldogs. Right to left. Haley with Daniels to his right. 2 receivers to either side. Low snap. Haley digs it out, rolls out right. One to throw, on the run. Has Jones. First down at the 42-yard line. Cooper Jones. You got to start thinking about how many yards he's going to have receiving tonight if this keeps up. Across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
Another Bulldog.
He's a Gronk.
Well, I tell you what, he's Mr. Utility tonight. He's returned a kickoff. He's rushed for a touchdown. He just needs a receiving touchdown to complete the hat trick.
First and 10. Whistles about something there. I'm not sure what they're talking about. Maybe a new football on the field. So how about the turf? Hey, so far so good, right?
He is.
He's slinging it around a little bit tonight.
I like this.
First and 10, right to left. Daniels right next to Haley, who's about 4 yards behind the center, Malin Walker, who's another sophomore. Otherwise, it's 3 receivers to the near side. Mcnutt, Lopez, and Jones. Huff on the far side. This is going to be Haley running the option to the near side. He's going to keep it and slides down after about a 3 or 4 yard gain.
Haley on the quarterback.
A pre-planned scramble around the left edge, and he just slid like into second base right at the 45-yard line. Good for 3 yards or so.
Timeout call.
And Callisburg bid on the fake there to Daniels, and Haley able to. He hasn't ran the ball a lot, able to get about 3 or 4 yards on that.
I'll tell you what.
Timeout.
People are going to get film on Howe in this game, at least in this first half, and say, hey, whatever you saw last year, don't even watch it. This is totally
Not the
different.
same.
Totally different. Totally different. Yep. Second down and about 8. Daniels moves to the left side of Haley. 2 receivers either side. Snap is back to Haley. Quick pass out. And Lopez makes the catch.
Pass is complete. Number
about
22.
the 46-7-yard line.
Ethan Lopez.
A little bit shy of midfield. They'll spot him at the 46. Good for 4 yards thereabouts.
And I like it. A lot of it, the passing, just intermediate passing. Just little outs, little slants, little bubble screens. Haven't seen him go long except for the offsides call earlier to Mcnutt.
Here comes Howe quickly to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. And they draw Callisburg offsides again. A quick pass over the middle, caught for a first down at the 48-yard line as Ethan Lopez slid down after the catch. That's going to be a first down for Howe. And again, Malin Walker and Austin Haley read that perfectly when they go across the line of scrimmage. Just snap it and let's go. That's being well coached.
It's like Jeff Saturday and Peyton Manning there at center and quarterback. Being on the same page there and snapping the ball when a defensive lineman jumps.
They did that 2 years ago a lot when Nate Lynch was the offensive coordinator. Going back to that again. First and 10 for Howe. Here comes Cooper Jones in the backfield. This is going to be a handoff to Jones left side. Trying to fight through tacklers. He's not. He's gang tackled and finally slung down hard. Not sure. This is kind of like the play he ran against Raines where we didn't see him the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Similar type of situation, and hopefully Jones will get up here. The ball's going to be spotted at the 50-yard line, a loss of about 4 yards, and Jones gets up.
I'll tell you what, they're trying different running backs back there. They've put Jones back there. They had Crosby. They've had Daniels. I think Crosby's the only one's had any success, and that wasn't much.
Ball back to the 49-yard line. A loss of 5 on the play. Second down and 15. Haley drops back deep down the field, throwing it to the right. It's going to be almost picked off. He was
Pass is
looking for
incomplete.
Ryan Huff down the
Intended
field.
receiver, Ryan
Ball
Huff.
was a little bit overthrown and almost picked off there by Thurman, I believe.
I like that. He had a nice little pocket around him. First time we've seen them throw long, aside from
Braden Trammell
when they've
for
drawn
the
somebody off
Wildcats
sides,
on defensive
throw the ball
coverage.
downfield. So I like that he had
down.
protection there, and I'm okay with trying to go long there. But now you have third and
15.
Third and 15.
Daniels back into the game. Will stand to the left of Haley, who wants to throw. 3-step drop, right side, looking down the field. It's going to be caught by Cooper Jones at the 30-yard line for a first down.
Haley's pass
Inside
to
the 30.
Cooper Jones.
They're going to mark him at the
First down,
24-yard line
Bulldogs.
down the far sideline. Big play, Cooper.
Thurman Grayson defending
I tell you
for the
what, he
Wildcats.
lofted it right in between Braden
Bulldog
Trammell
ball.
and Grayson Thurman, and Jones just had to sit there and wait for it
24-yard
to
line,
fall into his
23-24.
breadbasket.
Howe hasn't had a big body receiver like Cooper Jones since Stephen Hawthorne.
Great touch there by Haley on that throw.
First down and 10 right to left. Haley now stops and looks to the sideline for lots of signals. Daniels to his left. 3 receivers near side. 1 up top is Huff. At the Callisburg 24-yard line. Handoff. This is Daniels over right guard. Gains 3 or 4.
Number 20,
He's pushed
Carson
back.
Daniels.
And maybe he
Gain
only
of
got
a
2.
couple
It's
on the
deceptive. I thought he had more than that. There's 1:42 on the clock here to go before the Rapid Electric halftime show.
Well, we joked about taking up all the time, but I'm telling you, they just about have.
Second down and 8 as Daniels gets it 2 yards there on first down.
They got 2 timeouts left, too.
Haley drops back. Now he rolls near side. Throws on the run. Cooper Jones caught at the 18-yard line and
Haley's pass
flies
complete.
forward.
Cooper Jones.
Super Cooper down at the 16-yard line.
Super Cooper, I like that. And Cooper, I tell you what, he's been the main
There's
man
that
here,
third down
receiving-wise.
from the 15-yard line.
Callisburg has been unable to key in on him yet. He's been the favorite receiver of Haley during this game.
Daniels to the right side of Haley, about 5 yards off the ball behind the center. 2 either side. Handoff Daniels, left tackle, hit immediately and down. Not much doing. He needed 2, he got 1. It's 4th down and 1.
I think they're going to call a timeout. Yep.
Timeout on the field.
So they'll spot the
by
ball
the
at the
Bulldogs.
14-yard line. We had 12 plays a moment ago on Howe's last drive. We are at play number 14 on this drive. Unbelievable.
It really is, man.
And they're not just running. It's not like a slot T 14-play drive like we did in 14, 15, 16, and those years. This is a quick pass. And I'm telling you what, Haley's putting up some numbers, and Cooper Jones is putting up some numbers.
Can you imagine what this offense will be once you get that running game going? Once you get Crosby and Daniels, some running lanes, some blocking, better blocking up front there, what this offense could be. Very balanced.
So what do you do on 4th and 1 right here?
You go Cooper Jones with the Wildcat again?
Well, Daniels is in the backfield. Cooper Jones on the slot right side. Huff up top to the right. Lopez on the slot near side, and Mcnutt wide out to the near side. Haley in the gun. He will stand the night. He goes under center now. He's going to try to sneak it. And no, he draws Callisburg offsides.
Yes.
It's brilliant.
We have a dead ball foul.
The officials are
Offsides
sorting and
against
making sure.
Callisburg.
And yes, it is
Touchdown,
offsides
Bulldogs.
Callisburg and a new set of downs and a way to hold the ball.
Wow. That was brilliant by Haley and Coach Cater there to come up with that.
I never, in all the years of broadcasting, I never thought, hey, the center is really important on that play. But until you have a center who's playing, then you realize, hey, yeah. 1st and goal. Ball at the 9. Haley rolls out right. Trouble, flushed out, coming near side. On the run, and he's going to be sacked, or at least tackled behind the line of scrimmage at the 11-yard line. He was on the run. I'm not sure that's classified as a sack or not.
Timeout. Bulldogs.
Right, went back left, and Carl Moore tracked him down.
Timeout, Bulldogs.
Timeout, last timeout from Howe.
Yeah, Howe's called a timeout. They'll spot the ball at the 11-yard line. let's talk about. Let's keep it right here. Are we good on spots? Let's talk about this a little bit.
That is the third and final timeout by the Bulldogs.
That's Howe's final timeout of the half. The ball is spotted. Where did they spot the ball at right there?
That
is that the
11-yard line?
The 11?
Yes.
So is that a gain? No. They had the penalty, right? So the penalty took it to the 9.
It's a loss 2.
And so a loss of 2, to the 11-yard line.
What play is this now?
This is play number 15 because we had the penalty. Yeah, so I tell you what, overall, we're going to go right into a halftime show, so we're not going to get to recap the first half for a little bit. But my goodness, this is a completely different situation than we've seen in the past.
Offensively and defensively.
I know the game is tied, but Howe has a chance to knock on the door right here, right going into the half to take a lead, at least giving Danielson an opportunity.
22 seconds. 22 seconds.
So the officials want to put some time on the clock. They want exactly 22 seconds on the clock. As it's second down and goal from the 11. 22 seconds left. Haley is barking, and he wants it. He drops back, straight back, looking down the field, throws the home run ball in the middle of the corner of the end zone, and nobody's there. Some miscommunication. That one was maybe even perhaps thrown away.
Incomplete.
But it's third down and goal now from the 11. And we'll see what Zach Cater and Bill Jailing have up their sleeves right here. They're going to have 2 shots at it, it appears. There's 16 seconds on the clock. You can throw it in the end zone twice, for sure. You can throw it once, and you got to run it the next time.
Again, you got no timeouts.
Haley throws over the middle, and that was going to be incomplete. He was looking for Lopez.
Pass is incomplete.
In the about 2 yards deep in the end zone in the O of Howe. And now it's fourth down and goal. And Danielson is coming on the field.
Wow.
They are going to attempt to take the lead right here with a 28-yard field goal on the left hash from Danielson.
Okay. Do we know? I guess we don't know what his range is.
Haley the hold. And Daniel Del Angel, the brand new kicker, never played football in his life, will step it off. Snaps on the tee. The kick is up. It's high. It looks like it's right down the middle. And no, it's wide right apparently. My goodness, he got all of it, but apparently barely pushed it.
Nice effort, nice try.
And there's 7 seconds left to go in the first half, and Callisburg is going to have at least one shot to do something with it, or they'll take a knee and be, content with going into the half tied. We'll see what happens here, but, really whatever happens, you obviously don't want to give up the big play.
Right.
But, hey, this is pretty good going into the half. If you can make it 7 seconds, you got a lot to be excited about at the half. And that's big, and that's key for these kids. Haley comes into the game. Haley and looks like Mcnutt at safeties. Nope, that's not Mcnutt. That's Jones. And this is going to be Montgomery handing it off up the middle. No, he's going to run. He's going to throw it to the right side. He's going to tuck it. He's got a lot of room. Look out. And he's going to step out of bounds just across the 50, but that runs out the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie football game.
First half.
14-14 at Bulldog Stadium. What a way to open it. We've got a barn burner on the new turf. Hello, 2021.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old-school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
If your air conditioner broke down, would you call an expert auctioneer?
Open up the air conditioner. Gonna get a wrench. Looking for a wrench in the toolbox. Looking for a wrench. Screwdriver. Got a screwdriver.
Yeah, no. You'd call the real air conditioning experts, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. If you've heard you need expensive repairs, get a second opinion with Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, who have over 50 years experience here in Howe. Call 903-532-6255 or see them at 215 Denny Street. License number 004693C.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at mredinsurance.com.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric Halftime Show. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric at 903-421-8100. Today's Howe ISD Employee Spotlight is brought to you by 4A Automotive. Now let's join Monty Walker with today's Howe ISD Employee Spotlight.
We joined this week with Katie Ciani, the English 4 teacher, but there's other things you do in this school. Talk about that.
So I teach English 4. I also teach dual credit English 4 through Grayson College. I am the theater director, so beginning and advanced theater, one-act play, and then I'm the campus EdTech ambassador. So if anybody on this campus needs assistance with incorporating technology into their lessons, they come to me.
So where'd you grow up?
I actually grew up around here in Sherman. I went to SNS High School, so local small-town girl. So I've been here most of my life, went to college in Abilene, and then went to grad school in Ohio, and then came back.
What year did you graduate at SNS?
2007.
Okay, I just wanted to date you there, sorry.
Thanks for that.
What made you decide to get into the field of education?
So I actually started college as pre-physical therapy, and I wanted to be an athletic trainer because I grew up playing sports. And then I thought, I think I want something that's more 9 to 5. I'd always loved to read. I loved being in school, so I switched my major several times, but ended up in English and decided that I thought I wanted to teach other kids to enjoy reading. Like I wanted everyone to enjoy the same world of literature and delving into all these cool stories as I did, and so that's kind of where that started.
Well, throw a curveball at you. Did you have a favorite teacher growing up?
I did, yes. Miss Scoopin at SNS was my junior year AP English Lit teacher, and I remember reading Ender's Game, and she let us do not whatever we wanted, but she let us make ourselves comfortable in the classroom. We could lay on the floors, we could sit underneath our desks. I remember we would turn our desks upside down and put our backpacks against the chair and lean against it as we read. And I distinctly remember her reading Ender's Game to us while we were sitting like this and just thinking, everybody should have this. Like everyone should have a teacher that lets them just read and have fun and enjoy reading. And so that's the kind of teacher that I hope to be to my kids.
Where'd your career begin?
I've been here in Howe. I started in 2013. I was alt-cert. I got my bachelor's in English and then my master's in English, but not in education. So I went through an alternative certification program and got hired right away here at Howe with Mr. Smiley back in 2013, and I have been here ever since.
Now, the theater department you mentioned, you've had some success doing that. Talk about that.
We have managed to somehow, luckily, get better every year, which is the goal. My first year, we made it 2 by district. Second year, we made it 2 area. Third year was COVID, so we got shut down. And then last year, my 4th year, we got to regionals. So one place left to go, so fingers crossed.
That's the place the band doesn't mention. They don't say that word, right?
Yeah, we don't do that either.
What is it about Howe High School that keeps you here?
Oh, we have good kids. I mean, we have such good kids, and it's a community here. Like, I don't want to leave here. Like, I love being in this small town. I love getting to go to the football games, and then the kids will come up to you after and give you a high five or give you a hug, and they come up to you on Monday, hey, did you see my touchdown last night, or whatever. And like, it's almost like a family. Like, it's a community, and everyone says that, and I don't know how to do it any differently, but it's just such a welcoming, wholesome feeling here.
Each week, we'll be spotlighting some of the greatest teachers at Howe High School and other campuses. This week is Katie Ciani.
Today's Howe ISD Employee Spotlight is brought to you by 4A Automotive. You're listening to the Rapid Electric Halftime Show. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric at 903-421-8100.
Coach, we have a problem.
What's that?
We're cheerleaders, and we don't feel very highly motivated today.
What? I don't want to hear talk like that. You know what you girls need? You need some handmade onion rings, a burger, tots, and a shake.
That actually sounds really good.
Now are you motivated?
Yes, sir!
This is how you Sonic.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company. NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
CoreFit Gym on Hanning Street in Howe is a full gym stocked with all the cardio and weightlifting equipment you could need. They also have a couple of new tanning beds. CoreFit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At CoreFit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. CoreFit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Hanning Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric Halftime Show. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric at 903-421-8100. Today's Pride of Howe Bandsman of the Week is brought to you by 4A Automotive. Now let's join Monty Walker with this week's Spotlight member of the Pride of Howe.
The Bandsman of the Week is something new this year, and we're going to start out with the drum major of the Pride of Howe. This is Chloe Scoggins. When did you start with the band program?
I started band when I was in the 6th grade, and I decided I wanted to be a flute player.
Well, when did you think, hey, this flute thing is pretty good. I'm going to go all the way through high school in this band program?
Well, my 6th grade year, I was kind of iffy about doing band, but then I realized, I'm not an artistic kid. I can't draw worth the crap. So I was like, let's just give it a shot. And so I was debating between percussion or being a flute player, but I really liked playing the flute, and I really enjoyed Miss Cook and Miss List being in the class. And it's just, ever since then, something I knew I wanted to continue.
Now, you were an assistant drum major as a sophomore. How does that process work for you to get that honor?
So to get that position, you have to go through like this whole application process, almost like you're applying for a job. You have to write an essay, and you have to get like 2 or 3 teacher recommendations, and then you go through this whole interview process. They'll ask you 10 or so questions, and you have to answer them thoroughly, just like you're applying for a job, and you dress for the occasion, and that's pretty much how it goes, and then they decide whoever has the best interview.
Now, you went to state 2 years ago. What was that experience like?
Oh, that feeling was amazing. I'll never forget just standing in the Alamo Dome, and especially not even just as a marcher would feel, just as a drum major. Even though I was the assistant drum major, just having that honor of being on a podium, conducting in the Alamo Dome with our band, it was amazing, and I really hope that's where we go this year.
So you are now the drum major of the Pride of Howe. What are your responsibilities?
My responsibilities are to make sure, everything is organized. Kids have what they need. If they need something, I want to be that person that they can always go to. If they need anything or if they have questions, especially the freshmen, because I know whenever I was a freshman, that was hard to just go up to an older kid and just ask them something. And I have to make sure, everything's going smoothly. I have to rehearse all the time about my conducting to make sure I'm not the one that messes up. And yeah.
So what's the outlook for this year?
The outlook for this year is very, very good. Like just a second ago to know today we go outside every day during our band period, which is only 45 minutes. And each time, we have our hard days and we have our good days. Like today was kind of a hard day. You have to get people to really focus and settle in. And once you get that, the band just all together, they come along and we get so much accomplished. So I really think that we have really high standards this year and that we can be just how we were my sophomore year, but better.
That's Chloe Scoggins, a drum major for the Pride of Howe.
Today's Pride of Howe Bandsman of the Week is brought to you by 4A Automotive. You're listening to the Rapid Electric Halftime Show. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric at 903-421-8100.
You're invited to Bucksnort BBQ in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to come taste the difference. Click on bucksnortbbq.com for complete information. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Bucksnortbbq.com has everything, including store location, menus, hours of operation, and much more. We'll see you there. Douglas Distributing is proud to sponsor the Howe Bulldogs. Douglas Distributing has been a diversified energy supplier since 1981. They offer fuel solutions for commercial, industrial, and residential applications through North Texas and southern Oklahoma. This family-owned and operated business strives to be your go-to company for all your fuel needs. From commercial fuels, DEFs, and lubricants, they've got everything to keep your business moving forward. Call Douglas Distributing today, 903-893-1181.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
This is Coach Jim Fryer, former Bulldog head coach and athletic director. Connie and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same today as it was in the 80s. They supported all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask you to back the Dogs and to become a member today.
This is Coach Jay. Visit Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Bulldog pride never dies.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric Halftime Show. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric at 903-421-8100. Now let's join Caroline Slauson and Justin White. You're listening to the Rapid Electric Halftime Show. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric at 903-421-8100. Now let's join Caroline Slauson and Justin White.
Hello, hello. Can you
All
hear
right.
me?
Can you hear me?
I mean, we wanted y'all to just make sure y'all knew that this is the Rapid Electric Halftime Show. Welcome to Bulldog Stadium. Halftime right now, we're looking at all tied up at 14. And it has been, well, I don't know about y'all, but it's been crazy for me because I've been having to run around trying to get my headphones working so I can hear what's going on. But
We should be good in the second half.
Yeah, I think we're good. But Justin, what are you thinking about so far this first half?
Well, the fact that it's a competitive game, it's tied. When last year, it was 28-0, I believe, at the half back in Callisburg. So the fact that the game is just this close right now, we feel like we haven't had a close game. Howe hadn't had a close game in I mean,
a long time.
I mean, I guess the bottom game they had it was really close.
Yeah, that was a very good game.
Other than that, it's been 2019 was the last time you had a close game. But and the fact that the offensive side of the ball and defensive side are both playing really well. There's a few hiccups here and there, but overall they played well. Haley's done great at quarterback. Cooper Jones, I believe, is probably the MVP the first half. The defense has played well when they need to. There was a turnover there with special teams. I think that's the biggest blemish right now is the special teams, really for both sides. Both teams have returned to kickoff.
Well, it's just, I mean, we are talking about these little hiccups here and there, but it's so great to know we're at the beginning of the season. We have literally played one half of football, so it looks like things can really improve over the season. So it's really encouraging for Bulldogs fans.
It really is. I mean, you got the new stadium. You got obviously a new coaching staff. And so far, and I think the other thing to think about is so far it's been a injury-free half. It seems like everybody's.
Oh goodness, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, of course I probably just jinxed it by saying that, but still, it's worth noting right now that
everyone is okay.
Yeah.
Going back to the field though, and this brand new turf, as someone who has been around this stadium since I was 5 years old, it is so crazy to see turf and not.
I think it's got to be weird to look at that and be like, where's the muddy the grass?
Oh, I'm so glad
in the hump, in the middle of the field.
When it is raining and it's been muddy, we won't have to worry about that.
Absolutely.
We won't have to worry about that. That is so nice. I am actually trying to find scores for around the area, but I'm having trouble. I'll try one more time here.
I'm doing the same thing, and I'm having some trouble as well.
But
we want to go to Blake. Blake, can you hear us?
Blake.
Let me.
Blake, can you hear us?
Yeah.
There we are.
Okay. We didn't put you on there earlier, so Blake, let's hear you got any thoughts the first half?
Yes. The Howe Bulldogs have 0 penalties in the first half.
Wow.
That's a miracle in my eyes.
No injuries and no penalties.
Yeah, I did not see that coming at all.
Wow. What else you got?
Another thing, the scores around the area, the app is down right now and will not be available till next week.
Oh, wow.
Oh, whoa.
No wonder we can't get it then.
So just let y'all know that.
Well, if anyone is out there listening and may have an update on the Battle of the Axe, I would be interested to know that. So if maybe you could.
I do have an update on the Battle
of
the Axe.
You do? What do we got?
At halftime, it was 14-7 Denison.
Okay. Not as bad as I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, any other?
You got stats? Blake? Did we lose Blake?
We are. I think we've lost the Blizz.
What's going on?
Oh, there we are.
Do you got stats for the first half?
Y'all there?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
What's going on?
Nope. Okay, can't hear us. It's okay.
Okay.
Okay, so just some first game technical difficulties. No big deal. All right, we've got we're winding down halftime, and we're not. We've got plenty of time left, so we're gonna take a break, and we'll come back with some highlights of the game right after this. Bulldog Stadium halftime. Howe versus Callisburg, 14-all. We'll be back.
CoreFit Gym on Hanning Street in Howe is a full gym stocked with all the cardio and weightlifting equipment you could need. They also have a couple of new tanning beds. CoreFit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At CoreFit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. CoreFit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Hanning Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
You're invited to Bucksnort BBQ in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to come taste the difference. Click on bucksnortbbq.com for complete information. That's BUCKSNORTBBQ.com. BucksnortBBQ.com has everything, including store location, menus, hours of operation, and much more. We'll see you there.
It was fun. Welcome back. We're at the half. And we just had an amazing display, halftime performance by the Pride of Howe. But let's get the stats. And the Blizzard, your pen ran out of ink. Your pencil probably needs to be sharpened. Talk about the halftime stats, Blake.
All right, the Howe Bulldogs are led on offense by Austin Haley, who is 12 of 17 passing for 152 yards. Cooper Jones has 6 catches for 63 yards. Ethan Lopez, 3 catches for 32 yards. Caleb Mcnutt, 2 catches for 53 yards. And Ryan Huff, 1 catch for 4 yards. On the ground, it's been very tough for the Bulldogs to get yards so far tonight. Carson Daniels is your leading rusher with, most carries. He has 5 carries for 2 yards. Austin Haley's actually the leading rusher with 3 carries for 4 yards. And Cooper Jones has 1 carry for 1 yard, but it was a touchdown in quarterback power. And he also has a kickoff return touchdown. So that's how the Bulldogs have 14 points at the half. Callisburg, also Colton Simpson had a kickoff return touchdown. Colton Montgomery's 3 of 4 passing for 37 yards. He has 6 carries for 47 yards. 30 of those were on the last play before the half. Carl Moore has 4 carries for 27 yards and a touchdown. So Colton Simpson and Moore have the 2 touchdowns for Callisburg. On defense, the Bulldogs are led by Austin Haley, Cooper Jones, Carson Daniels, Luis Gonzalez, and Caleb Hicks, all with 3 tackles. Will Fleming adds 2 big tackles for losses. But one play I want to talk about is the 4th and 1 on the 1-yard line where Luis Gonzalez shot his gap and made a big stop to keep Callisburg out of the end zone there. On defense for Callisburg, they are led by Jake Pollard, who has 6 tackles, and Rowan Brown, the big nose guard, has shut down the Bulldogs' run game with 5 tackles. 4 of those are tackles for loss.
So they have 7 yard. The Bulldogs have 7 rushing yards in the first half.
Yeah, it's been all passing.
Yeah, it's been all passing. Austin's looked great, though, and he's hitting receivers in stride.
And it's short routes. It's a San Francisco 1990s kind of football.
Offense.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we can get some highlights in here or not. I don't know if did he walk out or is he upstairs? I'm not sure where Jake Roberts went. Oh, he's up. He's upstairs.
He's coming down.
So let's see if we can squeeze a couple of highlights in here. Callisburg started the game on they actually kicked off to Howe, and it was a squib kick, and somehow Callisburg fell on it. The Howe they had to punt though. Howe did a great job of holding them on the first series and had to punt. Howe got the ball back at the 8:42 mark in the first quarter, and they had to punt. Callisburg took the ball with 7:26, drove it down 6 plays and 30 yards, and scored on a very short 1-yard touchdown.
Be a handoff to Carl Moore, fighting right over right guard. No signal yet. Now there is. Touchdown, Callisburg.
That made it 7-0 with 4:32 left to go in the first quarter. And then Howe took the ball immediately on the kickoff return, and it was Cooper Jones.
A high kick going to be taken on the near hash. Cooper Jones looking for a big seam. He's got one. 40. Look out midfield. Cooper Jones, 40. Cooper Jones, 30. Cooper Jones, 20. Kiss him goodbye. It's touchdown time in Texas. Cooper Jones.
Danielson, he capped it off to tie the game with 40. To tie the game with 42 seconds left to go in the first. Callisburg took the ball back, and they drove quite a ways down the field. Looked like they were going to score, but Austin Haley saved a touchdown with a touchdown-saving tackle at about inside the 10-yard line. I don't know if you have that one or not. Nope. So we'll move on. Howe gets the ball back. And they take it at their own 12-yard line. They capped off a 12-play, 98-yard drive and scored on a Cooper Jones 2-yard touchdown run on the Wildcat.
Well, Cooper Jones is in the backfield. Look out here. You're going to snap it to Cooper Jones on the Wildcat. Pushed his way through. He's in. It's touchdown time in Texas.
And that gave Howe the lead 14-7 with 7:16 left to go in the second quarter. And just like a moment ago when Callisburg scored, Cooper Jones ran it right back. Then Howe kicked off, and it was Colton Simpson.
Gives it away. It's going to be taken at about the 19-yard line. Still fighting for it is Simpson, who finally picks it up, runs to the middle of the field. He's got a big lane. Being chased down by Danielson. He gets away from him. And now Bryce Crosby's going to be on the move. He can't catch him.
Simpson is going to go
Number 7, Colton Simpson.
76 yards, I believe.
That
That tied the game with 6:54 left to go before the half. And then Howe took the ball at their own 20-yard line and drove and drove and drove and drove and drove 15 plays until Danielson attempted a 28-yard field goal right before the half. And it was just wide to the right, just barely, or Howe would be taking a lead into the halftime. However, during the Rapid Electric halftime show, Callisburg is in the lead, 14-14, with 1:56 left to go right now before it appears we're going to get underway. The new tunnel is up. The Howe Athletic Booster Club purchased the new tunnel, almost $13,000 worth. It's the other one was old. It was 12 years old. It was ripping apart. It could not. They told us it could not be fixed anymore. It had been repaired so many times. So the Booster Club decided, hey, let's get a new one, and they purchased one, and it's got red LED eyes. And yes, everybody's giving me a hard time about that. The
like that.
red
That's cool.
LED eyes, but it is quite a sight. The brand new tunnel. Although Carson Grogan doesn't like it. But who cares what Carson likes, right?
I like it. It's cool. Nice, intimidating.
Hey, we want to also say thanks to Michelle Carney on the sideline. She's always taking pictures of the Bulldogs, and we post those on HoweEnterprisePhotos.com. They'll be on there sometime tomorrow, I would imagine, so she takes a ton of photos. Also, in the coming weeks, there's going to be a recap of this game video-wise. Faison Garrett, or Garrett Faison, either way, he does these productions of these games, and he came here for the new turf. He's doing I can't wait to see it. It's going to be amazing. And he's filming them coming out of the tunnel right now. He's taking a run to about the 27-yard line. He's got some awesome equipment, and I'll tell you what, that's going to be fun to watch. Can't wait to see his production. He does such a fabulous job. He's so gifted and talented with what he does. It's fun to watch. So the Bulldogs have run through the tunnel, getting ready for the second half. And unfortunately, yes, they won the coin toss, but they now have to kick off. They didn't actually get the ball on the opening kickoff, but they're going to have to kick off here. Maybe they can try an onside or something of themselves.
A little pooch kick there. Do the same thing to Callisburg.
Hey, so we got everybody's headsets fixed, we think. So in a moment, we'll talk to Caroline. Where are you, Caroline? Are you down there yet?
I am. I'm here.
So we didn't get to talk to you a whole lot in the first half. Talk to us a little bit. What's your overall feeling?
Well, I didn't get to talk the first half. My headphones was messed up, but I was down here on the sideline and in the crowd, and I'm telling you, this crowd is pumped.
It's a different feeling.
It really is. Just for
Whip
real,
kick,
it
and
is.
that's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a delay of game. It was a good idea, but it goes out of bounds.
Mcnutt had amazing effort to try to get that loose ball as well.
So it was a squib kick headed towards the corner on the near side as Howe is kicking towards the concession stand. And now we'll be on defense as the ball will be spotted at the 45-yard line for Callisburg to start
marked off
here in the third quarter.
Bulldogs.
Let's see, is that right? 40, no. They're going to mark off the penalty, so back it up a little bit. 48-yard line.
Callisburg now takes over 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line.
All right, so left to right goes Callisburg. We caught up on everything. We're good. We're ready to go. Rock and roll second half. Here we go. 1st and 10, left to right. Callisburg moving. Montgomery's going to keep it around the left edge. A big seam up the middle. Look out. Lots of room. 40 down to the 35. A first down and more. Inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. And already on the first play, Montgomery shot out of a cannon for a first down.
Montgomery seemed determined on that. Read option there and just went right up the gut after the Bulldogs bit on the fake. And kind of wants to put this game on the shoulders here on that first carry.
So 1st and 10, left to right. A little pistol action right here. Pollard behind, and Pollard's going to get the fake. Montgomery's going to keep it. He dives over for a few yards, maybe 5 yards, inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. And Montgomery reminds me a little bit of
Austin Haley making the
Plyler
stop.
from Pottsboro.
Okay, yeah.
Same
Second
kind
down.
of stature, same kind of running ability. Very similar.
Good job there by Carson Daniels, knife his way in there and at least kind of slowed down Montgomery just enough.
Second down and about 5. As Montgomery, high snap, and he's going to keep it again. Up the middle of the ball is loose. It's on the turf, I believe. No, still a scramble for it. Backwards it goes, a fight still, and Howe says they have it, and they do! A turnover, and they go nuts! Hugs everywhere! The ball got away from Montgomery, and the Bulldogs took advantage of it.
Bulldogs have been doing a good job tonight. I've seen them a couple times when they tackle. They're trying to strip that ball and kind of knock it away, and they were able to do that this time. And the ball slipped around there for a few seconds, and finally Bulldogs able to recover. Blake, did you see who got that? Who recovered that one?
Will Fleming came up with it, and Carson Daniels forced it.
Nice. CD. Right to left comes Howe. Here on their first possession here in the second half. Ryan Huff sprints out wide to the right. Cooper Jones in the slot. Ethan Lopez and Mcnutt in the slot. Jones goes in motion. And this will be a handoff to Carson Daniels. Again, not much doing, maybe a yard. He hits the right side of the offensive line, left side of the defensive line, and has stood up for a yard. Second down and 9 coming up.
Again, we're talking the first half. They only 7 rushing yards for the Bulldogs. I think Blake could point out Blake Boren, the defensive tackle, who's been really causing havoc there on that on that defensive line.
Second down and 9. Haley wants to throw. Screen pass, swing pass out to Huff. Makes the catch, looking for a block from Jones. Gets one. First down and more. Near midfield, crosses midfield to the 49. A great block by Jones.
Get that to Huff, and Huff did a good job there. Went one direction, fed off the block to Jones, went back to the other side, the right side there, to the far side, and then we get the first down. Good run after catch there.
Ball right at midfield. Malin Walker to snap it with the ball standing straight up. And now whistles before this one, and not sure what this is. It's going to be Howe's first full start of the night.
First penalty of the game.
First penalty against Howe. Wow.
Week 1, first penalty of the game.
Last year, there were like 30 in the first half. It was hard to watch. Much improved. Much improved.
Like I said, both sides of the ball have looked much improved.
First down and 15 for Howe. Haley in the pistol look with Daniels right behind him. And he fakes it to Daniels, throws out. Huff makes the catch at the 42. First down to the 30. Haley on a quick slant to the middle, makes the catch. And he is almost tackled by his center.
I tell you what, just that RPO is just killing them right there. They're biting on that. And
actually, that was Fleming who tackled him. Go ahead. Sorry.
And then Haley with the bullet. And Haley is just getting hammered, though, every time he lets go of that ball.
Haley, handoff. And no, he's going to keep it around the right side, and he throws it just over the head and out of bounds over Cooper Jones at the first down mark. And it'll be second down. I had not noticed how much he was taking a beating back there until you said that. I haven't noticed that at all. So he is getting beat up.
He's getting hit pretty hard.
That was like the 5th hit he's taken after throwing it.
And they're pretty good hits too, right, Blake?
Yeah, they've all been hard hits.
Second down and 10 for Howe. Daniels to the left of Haley. Rolls out near side, wanting to throw. In the middle of the field is caught by Lopez at the 17. Shoots forward inside the 10-yard line. A flag down at the 7. The ball's coming the other way. They stripped it away from Lopez. Coming the near side. Haley is going to try to make a shoestring catch. Can't do it. Whoever the runner is, and that runner is gone. It's A.J. Calger all the way to the house from about the 12-yard line on the other side of the field. But there's a flag down there.
I didn't see what happened, but Coach Jay is livid.
I believe there's a face mask. There's a penalty flag down when the ball came out. I don't know if it came out of the ref's pocket, though. The ref sprinted down to the ump.
So for a moment, Callisburg scores to take the lead, but whistles are all over the place, and I don't think this one's going to stand.
I don't think so either.
They're bringing it back. Everybody's walking this way. And the fans in the stands are happy.
Yeah, Coach Jay was out the numbers, and he was having to be held back by coaches and players. And the umpire was just telling him, so calm down, let me talk to the crew, and let's sort this out. And it appears they have.
Yeah, I believe it was a face mask on the tackle of Lopez, and then the ball came out.
But Haley rolled to his left and then set his feet and then just fired again. Another laser there to Lopez. And I tell you what, Haley is starting to get comfortable in there and just picking this defense apart with his arm. He's shown some real accuracy tonight.
So that's going to move the ball well in deep. And the scoring opportunity for Howe. Let's see where they spotted it. Right now, they've got it at the 12-yard line. And I think that's where the ball came out. But if there's a face mask on it, you'd think they'd be somewhere else. They haven't moved the first down sticks just yet. And now somebody's called a timeout. And I'm not sure who. And I don't even think they said. Is this an official timeout?
They're explaining something to Coach Jay right now.
And whatever it was, they nodded to each other and they just walked their separate ways. Nothing
Looks like
too angry there. But something, well, the ball is spotted back at the 30.
I see offsetting penalties, I guess.
It is the Bulldogs ball.
So,
Second
yeah,
down.
I guess you're right, Blake, offsetting penalties on that.
Well,
but it's second, replay the down?
I guess so. I've never seen this before.
All right, so the ball back at the 30. Second down and 10. Haley drops back, wants to throw, lots of time, and now he's under pressure. Now he gets away out of it. Romo, Houdini-like, throws it down the field just over Huff's head. He just floated it in there.
Nice
He was
scramble
Romo.
by Haley.
It was Romo-licious.
you know, and that's what else, Haley, he's not the most, the quickest guy, but he's very elusive. And he did that there. He kind of did a quick turn and able to go the other direction and avoid tacklers. I thought there was going to be a block in the back there by one of the Bulldog offensive linemen.
Bulldogs need a big play right here. Third down and 10.
All
Two
that for an
receivers
incomplete
to
pass.
either side. Daniels in the backfield. That's Crosby, rather. And Haley slings it at the feet of Huff. It's incomplete, and it's fourth down and 10. So we'll see if Howe just tries to squib this one down in the corner and maybe push Callisburg back inside their own 5 or something. Or
Go for it.
Or you go for it, or try to draw them off sides, and then if they don't jump, perhaps drop back and
think
try to
that's what
punt
you
that
do.
one away. I mean, even if you draw them off sides, you're only going to get 5. But, hey, that's 4th and 5 instead of 4th and 10. So it appears they're going to go for it right here, at least projection. And they do. Rolling out near side. Haley looking for down the field, and it's going to be caught by Lopez. First down at the 18-yard line. My, oh, my, what a catch. What a throw. Clutch.
Wow. Austin Haley is just looking poised out there.
He looks like a 3-year starter in high school, doesn't he?
He does. Rolled to his left. Lopez kind of went with him there right into the sidelines and got it, and he threw it to where only Lopez could catch it.
3 receivers up top, 1 at the bottom. Mcnutt by himself. Daniels will stand to the right side of Haley in the gun. It'll be Lopez, Jones, and Huff to the right side, and Howe jumps off sides. The right guard and the left guard both jumped.
Called against the Bulldogs.
And they both knew it, and they were very frustrated with themselves. The freshman and the junior. And Malin Walker and Discuss slammed the ball down. Not hard, not enough to get a penalty or anything, but in frustration, obviously. So now it'll be 1st and 10. They back it up to the 23-yard line. Haley almost gets him to jump off sides. He drops back, throws the bubble screen. Cooper Jones caught near side, up the middle of the field. Slams the defender down! Oh, my goodness! Whew! To the 15-yard line. It's like the WWF. Right off the ropes, he slammed him down.
Used his left arm there to just push him to the side and able to get about a 10-yard gain there on the little slant across, on the little bubble screen across the middle.
Second down and 6. Woo, that was something. Second down and 6. Haley in the gun, Daniels to his left. 2 receivers either side. Lopez left, Huff right. Here's a handoff up the middle. Daniels, he's free to the 5, to the 4. Daniels, he freed himself to the right side. Big lane over there right behind the right guard, and it's first and goal from about the 4.
A nice little handoff there, and that's the most daylight that Carson Daniels or any running back has seen tonight for the Bulldogs.
11 yards sets up a first and goal from inside the 5. Haley is all alone in the backfield. Now Daniels goes in motion. Haley's going to roll out near side, throws it in the end zone, and it's almost intercepted. Knocked down. He was trying to find Carson Daniels in the front corner of the end zone, but Pollard knocked it down. He just jumped in front of it. Very dangerous play, but it's still second down and goal. There's 5:59 left to go in the third quarter. And Howe started with this drive with 10:44 on the clock. And we're at our 10th play.
Yeah, he kind of lofted that up, and that was a dangerous pass, but he had to get rid of it because Braden Trammell was bearing dead on him, and he planted him into the ground. Trammell did.
Again, Haley alone, and now Daniels, Cooper Jones will go behind him. Jones gets the handoff. Jones fighting, not doing anything right there. He's going to get pushed backwards. So it's going to be third down and goal from the 4. So it's stuck at the 4-yard line on 3 straight plays. Howe's got to get points right here. You can't turn it over on downs inside the 5 after this 11-play drive.
You got Crosby checking into the game at running back.
And he'll go to the right side of Haley. Jones in the slot right side, Lopez in the slot near side.
I say a quick out to Cooper Jones right here.
Haley fakes to Crosby, throws quickly in the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown! Mcnutt on the O in Howe, and it's touchdown time in Texas.
Again, that RPO right there, and Haley had to hurry up and get rid of it. He had 3 guys coming down on him, and is able to find Mcnutt there on the slant across the middle in the back of the end zone by himself. Great poise and just great strength there by Haley to hang on that ball as long as he possibly could for Mcnutt to finish off his route.
Danielson steps it off. Haley to hold. Some confusion as Haley says something. And now sprinting onto the field is Michael Riddle in a hurry. 8 on the play clock. Haley to hold. Haley very aware that they were missing a player. It's on the tee. The kick is a low-line drive, and the kick is good. And Howe takes a 21-14 lead in the third quarter with 5:15 left to go. We'll be right back right after this.
Douglas Distributing is proud to sponsor the Howe Bulldogs. Douglas Distributing has been a diversified energy supplier since 1981. They offer fuel solutions for commercial, industrial, and residential applications through North Texas and Southern Oklahoma. This family-owned and operated business strives to be your go-to company for all your fuel needs. From commercial fuels, DEFs, and lubricants, they've got everything to keep your business moving forward. Call Douglas Distributing today, 903-893-1181.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Well, my goodness. It was another 12-play drive for Howe. And this one's 66 yards. Here's the kickoff, going to be taken by Thurman along the sidelines. Finally across midfield inside Howe territory to the 40 or 38-yard line goes Thurman, and a flag is down. So we'll see. It might be a face mask, so this may not be good.
I think it's offsides against Howe.
12 plays, 60, what do we determine?
Making the stop.
30, 60, carry the 63-yard drive, capped off by a 3-yard touchdown pass from Haley to Mcnutt, right on the O in Howe in the north end zone.
Penalty being marked off against the Bulldogs.
So after the penalty against Howe, Callisburg will start at the Howe 34-yard line, 34 yards away from pay dirt. So not a good situation. Howe's defense got to step back up again. 1st and 10, left to right. Montgomery is going to toss inside. Simpson, he's fast. We've seen him run a kick back. He's getting around the left edge. He's got enough for a first down and more. He's hit at the 20 and brought down there. As Simpson has some speed, he's a big fella, over 6 foot, 190. And he'll move the sticks as they spot it at the 20.
Good blocking downfield. Get Simpson out there in open field. We haven't seen a lot of Carl Moore since the first half. It seemed like Moore was the one who was doing a lot of the damage, it felt like.
He's standing to the right of Montgomery right now. They fake it to him. Montgomery's going to keep it around the right edge. He's got some room down to the 15-yard line.
Quarterback keeper.
And the thing for Callisburg, if you're a Wildcat fan, you'll say, hey, they've been moving the ball pretty good, but have been stopped in crucial moments by Howe.
Second down.
Yeah, but Howe has done a good job of tightening the belt when they need to.
So Carl Moore will stand right behind Montgomery in the pistol. A high snap, it gets away. He has to dig it out. It's on the turf, and the ball's on the turf, and they blew the whistle. They blew the whistle as it was a incomplete pass.
The ref said he was down, but he never went down.
That is an unfortunate situation.
Neither Montgomery or Moore went down, but the ref said they went down.
Oh, my goodness. So it's 3rd down and 9. That spots the ball back at the 20 again.
It was a bad snap. They were trying to pick up the ball.
Bad snap, bad call. Here we go. Third down and 9. Montgomery throws right, swing pass caught by Simpson. He's trying to get the corner, does at least a first down inside the 10-yard line to about the 8. That's going to be enough for a first down. What a terrible call.
That really was.
And that's a crucial call, too. That was going to be a turnover.
Yeah.
That was going to be a turnover.
Yeah, and then they just pick up the first down on 3rd down. Big change of events.
That was a huge swing right there. Where's the ball spotted? 7?
6 or 7.
Pistol look, high snap, handoff, Moore up the middle, fighting, surging, spinning for yardage. He's in, touchdown Callisburg. An extra point will tie it.
Callisburg.
We got us a barn burner, boys.
Number 4.
Well, you asked where Carl Moore was.
Well, yeah. He's been the one it's been hard to stop, it seems like.
It's the field position that Callisburg's getting is really playing a number on Howe right here. And there's 3:44 on the clock here in the 3rd. Waiting on the PAT from Mata. Pollard will hold, actually, no indication that they're going to kick it right now. A snap back to Pollard. He's going to try to run it in. And he's almost shoestring tackled, but he does get in. On the right side, Mcnutt missed the tackle, and Pollard goes in for the 2-point conversion. And all of a sudden, Callisburg has a 1-point lead in this football game, 22-21, and that, my friends, is going to play a factor in this football game.
This is Coach Davey Dubose, former Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Jody and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletics, girls and boys, middle school and high school. Good luck to all the Howe teams in the coming school year.
This is Coach Jay. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask you to back the Dogs and become a member today. Visit Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Bulldog pride never dies.
I'm attorney Micah Belden, an old school black and white Howe Bulldog. In criminal defense, you need someone who fights like a Bulldog. Call me now if you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas. My number is 903-744-4252. We'll set up a free consultation. You will find out that I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough. I'm board certified in criminal law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization, Principal Office, Sherman, Texas. Visit my website at shermancriminallawyer.com.
The hit exterior scoring drive recap, 5 plays, 30 yards for Callisburg. And the 2-point conversion gives them the lead, 22-21. Here's the Tech Wave kickoff. And Ryan Huff returns it to the 30-yard line of Howe territory, and that's where they'll set up shop with 70 needed to go. Now, Howe has, in this football game, put together drives of 12, 12, and 14 recently. But, you know, gosh, you're asking your offense to keep doing this over and over and over and over again. And let's just hope Haley and Cooper Jones and company can keep coming through.
It's kind of, yeah, how much magic they got left.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, moving right to left towards the concession stand end zone. From their 30-yard line, Ethan Lopez goes in motion. And this will be a handoff to Carson Daniels up the middle. He's got some room, and he's down after about a 7-yard gain. Past the 35 to the 38-yard line, give him 8 yards.
Throughout the middle there to Daniels. And finally, again, sees a little bit of light there. The second run, we've seen him gain more than 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, Daniels has 19 yards on his last 2 carries.
And he's got a little bit of quickness. You get him in open field, along with some power, too.
They'll move it, yeah, about the 28?
38.
38, rather. Here's Haley, drops back, one to throw, setting up the screen. Inside, it's almost picked off by Carl Moore. They were looking for Mcnutt on the inside route, and Moore just jumped it, but it went off his number 4 on his chest and fell incomplete, and it's 3rd down and about 3.5, 4 yards.
I think Haley saw that was kind of covered. I don't know if he was trying to throw that away or what, but he dodged a bullet there. Moore almost picked that off.
3rd down and about 3 as they look to the sidelines to get the plays. It'll be Jones and Huff up top and Lopez and Mcnutt down at the bottom. This is Carson Daniels, shot out of a cannon, spinning his way free at the 40. Look out, spinning again. The Moose is loose to the 38-yard line.
Finally, some life out of that running game. I tell you, Daniels has got some agility to him and able to pinball his way and just like a bowling ball, roll his way into Bulldog territory on that run.
My goodness, he had a lane that my Aunt Wilma could have ran through. 1st and 10, right to left. Howe. Haley in the gun. Daniels breathing hard, but right next to him. He gets the carry again, right side. Escapes one tackle and back to the line of scrimmage. No, he's going to lose a yard.
Daniels, again the ball carrier. And also about a yard.
On the other side of the 40, they'll spot him at the 41, a loss of 3, perhaps, maybe 2, perhaps.
I wonder if Austin is, or Daniels may be gassed there as Bryce Crosby comes in to relieve him.
What a run by Daniels a moment ago. A big run on 3rd down. Picked up the 1st and a lot more than that. 2nd down and 12 right here. Haley drops back. 3 steps looking. Mcnutt goes right through his hands. That's a catch you got to make at the 42-yard line. He kind of skipped a little bit and was trying to catch it as he was skipping. That's one of you got to stop, plant your feet, catch the football.
Yeah.
3rd down and 12.
Don't be fancy about it. Yeah, he was coming back to the ball and just Jets went straight through his hands. And he has a chance to hit a little bit of open field there.
He had a lot of room.
Had a tackler he could have avoided there, but it could have been probably a 1st down.
After this play, we'll check down with our Night Furniture sideline reporter, Caroline Slauson. As Howe takes a little bit of time here, 3rd down and 12, trying to get the signal in. Cooper Jones will move over to the near side in the slot. So 3 receivers down here at the bottom, 3rd and 12. Haley, 3-step drop. Looks left side, throws, and that one's over the head of Mcnutt. He dropped it again. Or actually, it was a little bit over his head. I'll give Mcnutt credit there. That was a little bit tougher catch to make than the first one.
4th down.
But again, it's 4th down and 12 as, you know, you got to start moving the football again. You can't wait for these magical moments to keep happening. Ball at the 41 again.
I would thought this would be a punting situation, but maybe not.
4th down and 12.
It is.
And now Haley will back up to boot this one away. And it's a low wobbly kick. It's going to bounce end over end inside the 10. And is going to be rolled dead at about the 6-yard line, 7-yard line. Perfectly executed punt. And he learned that from his offensive coordinator, Zach Cater, who was a quarterback, and also he was an all-state punter at Durant.
Oh, wow.
It's not that he punted the ball very far. He just punted it in the corner just like that to get it inside the 5. He learned how to do that, and he was all-state.
Wow.
With about a 25-yard average.
Wow.
So
All about placement.
He's taught Haley how to do that, and here we are. And here's Callisburg going the other way. 1:19 on the clock. Ball at the 7-yard line. And Montgomery's going to hand off up the middle, and that's Pollard. He escapes to the right side. There's a flag down, and Crosby slings down Pollard hard at the 12-yard line, but a flag will check
Pollard,
it.
The ball carrier.
Block in the back is going to be the call.
I'm about to say, I think it was a block in the back. I saw
Penalty
somebody.
flag thrown.
So that'll go against Callisburg and back them up a little bit. Unusual to see Callisburg with, penalties like this and fumbles and turnovers. They're a well fine-tuned, oiled machine over there by Eddie Gill, but everybody has opening nights.
Penalty marked off.
So they'll mark it back inside the 5 to the 4.
Bulldog defense really needs to take advantage of this field position, the poor field position that Callisburg has.
Ball at the 4, Montgomery with his heels in the end zone. He's going to run to the left. Trying to get out of trouble, can't do it. He's stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard, gets across to the 5. Perhaps. Still setting up a
believe it was
long situation of 11 yards needed for a first. The ball spotted at the 5.
And watch that read option between Montgomery and Pollard.
It's, excuse me, 2nd down and 5. We never did check down with Caroline. We'll do that momentarily. Montgomery in the pistol, Pollard behind him. And they give it to Pollard, who escapes out of a tackle. He's getting close to a first down near the pylon, or near the first down marker, rather.
Pollard,
and he is tackled out of bounds over there by
for
Wesley Inge. It's going to be close to a first down. Let's check down with Caroline Slauson.
Hey guys, this is this quarter is kind of the first time I've been able to really watch these boys, and it is just so cool to see the growth of Austin Haley, Cooper Jones, and it's just this is a really fun game.
It is a fun game. And guess what? It's fourth quarter time in Texas. Howe trails by 1. It's going to be a fun fourth quarter. And when's the last time we got to do one of those?
If your air conditioner broke down, would you call an expert auctioneer?
Open up the air conditioner, gonna get a wrench, looking for a wrench in the toolbox, looking for a wrench, screwdriver, got a screwdriver.
Yeah, no. You'd call the real air conditioning experts, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. If you've heard you need expensive repairs, get a second opinion with Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, who have over 50 years experience here in Howe. Call 903-532-6255 or see them at 215 Denny Street. License number 004693C.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at mredinsurance.com.
Welcome back. It's 22-21. We're in the fourth quarter at the brand new Turf Palace in Howe, Texas. And Callisburg has it at their own 11 on a 3rd down and 4 situation. Now headed towards the north end zone. Pistol look, Montgomery sends a man in motion. They fake it to him. Montgomery's going to run around the right side, and he's going to be met and hit very close to the first down marker at about the 17-yard line, maybe a yard short, and it's going to be 4th down.
And I think that all started with Luis Gonzalez. He got a great push up front on the defensive line and kind of disrupted things in the backfield. What happened?
Luis did good getting off the line right there.
I guess it's going to be enough for a
Was
first.
that
They
enough
moved
for
the
a
chains.
first down?
Wow. Man, I really thought they had him
I did
stopped.
too.
So it's going to be first down now for Callisburg with Montgomery still out there and Pollard to his left. High snap. He's going to hand it to Pollard. Sprinting out toward the right side and shoved forward. Not making a tackle on the edge was Crosby, but someone cleaned it up right behind him. But Pollard was able to escape Bryce Crosby and get about 8 yards.
And Crosby had him about the line of scrimmage there.
Second down,
Pollard able to just
a yard to go
wiggle out of that tackle.
For a Wildcat,
brings up a second and
first
2.
down.
So the ball now at the 26-yard line. Second down and 1.5. Montgomery will hand off to Paul now. He'll keep it around the edge, and he's got some speed, and he's gone to midfield. He's being chased down, apparently tackled by Brusso into Howe territory at the 38-yard line. And Crosby goes back into the game, and Brusso will check out. And Daniels comes back into the game.
Well, he kept that ball, and I bet he broke several tackles. Bulldogs did a poor job there at tackling on that one as Montgomery puts him into Bulldog territory.
And now Troxtel will check out of the game. Ball now at the 39.
Chain issue is the timeout here.
Well, the ball spotted at the 39 after the big, long run by Montgomery, who, again, I think looks like Plyler a lot.
Yeah, he does. He does remind me of that.
And he has some great speed right up the middle there. I mean, right up the middle. So it's first down and 10 for Callisburg. You got to stop him right here. Pistol look, Pollard right behind him. Drops back 2 steps, 3 steps down the field, wanting to throw the home run ball, and it's going to be in and out of the hands of Simpson. And he would have scored. He was shot out of a cannon like a rocket on the right side. And it falls incomplete as it was just outside the fingertips of Colton Simpson at about the 5-yard line.
Well, just a go route up the field, just go long, and I'll chuck it to you. And he looked like he has an unusual throwing motion, almost like a sidearm there.
They've been saving that one all night. First time they've tried a deep pass all night.
And this is going to be Montgomery keeping the ball on the left edge, looking for a block, gets a block and a tackle by Haley, who drags him down at about the 34, but he surges forward a little bit. There's an injured Bulldog player down.
Timeout on the field.
Somewhere around the 24-yard line.
Injury timeout.
But it's going to be a 3rd and 2 situation for Callisburg as they'll spot the ball around the 31-yard line.
I think that's Luis Gonzalez, and Gonzalez has had a really good game tonight.
Gonzalez has had some injuries in his past. One big one in 8th grade, I believe. He broke his leg. So they're tended to him right now. No, we obviously don't know what the injury is here. He's laying on the ground. Ricky Ake is attending to him. Ricky Ake has been with the Howe Bulldogs since 1988. I mean, he ran out there to check on my ankles and knees. But he looks younger than I do. I don't know how that works or how that happens.
Gonzalez is walking gingerly off, but on his own power.
Ball spotted at the 31. Howe needs a big play right here. 3rd down. Montgomery in the pistol, Pollard right behind him. 3rd down and 2. High snap. And a handoff to Pollard up the middle, Montgomery kept it around the right edge. Great ball fake. I thought Pollard had it, and so did Jaron Grisham because he dragged down Pollard. But Montgomery ran for a first down to the 20-yard line.
The thing is, he held that, let Pollard hit the pile, held it for just a second, and then went around the edge there. That was the best part about it, was he held on to it for about a second or so after letting Pollard go to the line.
First down and 10. As Callisburg kind of knocking on the door. Handoff right side. And that's going to be the jet sweep from one side to the other. Good for about 6 or 7 yards. And that was Braden Trammell on the carry from left to right across the
Trammell
offense.
on the carry, gain of 6
And he'll
on the
gain
play.
6. They'll spot it at the 14. Howe has got to get a stop right here.
Really do.
Need a big play. Pollard and Montgomery. And a high snap gets away from Montgomery again. He picks it back up this time and just throws it out of bounds. Is that a lateral? And now a flag is thrown. That is going to help intentional grounding.
Penalty flag.
I tell you what, that's about the 4th or 5th time we've seen a high snap go through the hands of Montgomery. And Montgomery, just threw that out of bounds. I thought, you can't do that. You can't, that's intentional grounding, and so that's going to be a loss of down and drop them back way behind the sticks.
Boy, that's huge. That's a huge, huge, huge penalty.
Intentional grounding. Loss of down.
That is a huge penalty. That'll
Against
move it back
Callisburg.
to the 25-yard line. And now it's 3rd down and about 15 for Callisburg.
And this is probably 4-down territory, so they don't have to get all 15 yards right now.
It'll be Montgomery, 5 yards away, good snap, and he'll keep it again over left edge. Trying to get all of those yards back in one scoop. He falls down at the 12, falls
Montgomery
forward near the
on the
10-yard line, which is
quarterback
where the sticks are. It's going to be very
Front
close, and
down.
it's a first down. It's going to be
Inside the
first and
10-yard
goal
line.
for Callisburg, as all of a sudden the defense is starting
Enough
to
for a Wildcat
not
first
be
down.
quite as tight as it was earlier in the game.
Yeah, I think they're getting wore out, and I think Montgomery is kind of putting this team on his back right now.
Well, he certainly is. No question. Callisburg with a 1-point lead with 7:33 left to go in the game. Trying to add to it right here. Montgomery hands to Pollard this time over right tackle for a few yards to
Jack
about
Pollard
the 4-yard line.
Carrying for the Wildcats.
So
Charlie
he'll
Vera-
pick up 6,
Vera in on the
maybe
stop.
5, and another injured player
We have
down.
an injury timeout.
And we'll check and see who this one is.
I wonder if that's a cramp.
Well, we haven't had any cramps tonight. Let's check down with our sideline personnel. Not furniture sideline. Caroline Slauson, what do you got for us?
Guys, I'm trying to see, is it Carson Daniels who is down? Charlie Vera tried getting him up. Said, no, I think you're better with Ricky 8 coming to check you out.
Yeah, it looks like Carson Daniels.
Is it?
from
Yeah,
up
I
here.
think that is who it is.
Well, that'd be a big loss. Let's hope he's able to fight his way through
You know,
this.
after Justin said cramps, I remember last year how many cramps we had this first game, and I haven't seen any. So hopefully, I hate to say it, but I hope it's nothing more serious than cramps.
You know, you kind of hope that's the case. Remember, it was strange. The last game that we did over at Bonham, there were so many cramps in that game. Late October. That's really odd. But here's Carson Daniels, who gets up, and he's going to make his way off the field. So Jordan Troxtel goes in at linebacker. On the field, Colin Murphy, the sophomore, in as a cornerback also, or a safety. 2nd down and goal from about the 4-yard line. Montgomery and Pollard in the backfield. Montgomery's going to try to keep it and do it himself over left guard, and he is no indication.
The ball came out.
Did the ball come out? Oh, they're saying touchdown. And Howe is pleading their case for a turnover. But the officials say touchdown. And now the official, now some flags come out. This is going to be a personal foul against Howe.
I think
somebody said something.
Somebody's mouthing up there, and I think.
I know we have Unsportsmanlike on 52.
I think that's Caleb Hicks.
That's Caleb Hicks.
He's coming off the field right now.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against.
So it's a
the
5-yard
Bulldogs.
touchdown for Montgomery.
Now here's a key play right here, Monty. You're up 28-21, and you go for 2 and you get it. This is a 2-possession ball game. So do they go for the extra? Looks like they're going to go ahead and go for the extra point.
I would go for 2 here.
Boy, we have seen some long drives tonight. That one, your hit exterior scoring drive recap there, 13 plays, 96 yards, capped off by a 5-yard touchdown by Montgomery. And now whistles come in before Mata can pick to try the PAT. Apparently they're just going to go for one unless there's some kind of trickery involved here. And now the clock will start. Right now there's 7:01 on the clock. Mata's kick is right into the belly of Austin Haley, and he recovers it. So
no good.
That leaves the game 28-21, a 7-point game. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
Coach, we have a problem.
What's that?
We're cheerleaders, and we don't feel very highly motivated today.
What? I don't want to hear talk like that. You know what you girls need? You need some handmade onion rings, a burger, tots, and a shake.
That actually sounds really good.
Now are you motivated?
Yes, sir!
This is how you Sonic.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
Well, the good news, you're going to get the ball back. The bad news is, just had a personal foul, and they're going to kick from your own 45-yard line. Now, back deep to return this sucker, there's a freshman back there by the name of Braden Ulmer. We call him BU. Been waiting to put this young man on my charts since he was about in 3rd grade. Here's the kick. It's going to be a deep one headed towards Mcnutt at the goal line. It goes into the end zone, and Howe will take the ball at the 25-yard line. So no damage done there.
That was an interesting play call there by the Wildcats there. You're up 28-21. If you don't get the 2-point conversion, then it stays a one possession ball game. But if you get it, you're up by 9. And so the kick the extra point, and it's no good. Benefits the Bulldogs, gives them still life.
Yeah, even if they make the extra point, it's still a one-possession game.
Yeah. But now you got 7 minutes to go. You got plenty of time. No need to rush it. But as we talked about earlier, it's just how much magic here do the Bulldogs have left?
1st and 10 for Howe. Daniels, is that Daniels back in the game? It'd be good to see.
I believe so.
Left to right, 1st and 10. This is going to be Daniels on the carry. Bumping his way out. He got a stiff arm. He stiff-armed the defender, actually.
Martin Daniels.
And he's getting up just walking kind of gingerly, I think. And here comes Bryce Crosby in for him. It's good Daniels is showing toughness, but at some point you have to come back in and you're hurting the team by with your injury.
Second down and about 8. And here's Crosby on the catch. Not much doing there. Maybe a couple of yards to the 30.
Number 5. Crosby.
And that'll be up to the 29-yard line. So it's 3rd down and about 6. Howe from their own 29. Haley in the gun with Crosby next to him. Haley wants to throw, and it's caught by Huff. He surges forward enough for the first down as he steps out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
Good route there by Huff. A little comeback route. Goes about 10 yards, comes back, and then good throw there, accurate throw there by Haley. Give him a fresh set of downs.
That'll move the sticks as Howe is inching just a little bit closer to midfield. And a new set of downs. Haley in the gun. We'll give it to Crosby. No, he pulls it, throws it out, and it's going to be a great catch across midfield by Mcnutt at the 49-yard line in Callisburg territory. He went down for it and caught it as he was going down for a first down.
Good job there by Haley. Faked the handoff there and just, again, hit Mcnutt there in stride. But Mcnutt looks so smooth there catching the ball. At least on that one he did.
1st and 10, left to right. Haley trying to tie the game. Drops back, 3 steps, flushed out of the pocket. Now looking, still looking, throws. It's going to be caught by Mcnutt. On the far side, steps out of bounds at the 33-yard line, thereabouts. The home crowd wants a flag. They didn't get it. 5 minutes exactly on the clock.
They threw the flag.
They did throw the flag. Okay.
A late hit out of bounds?
That has to be what it was, right? The ball was spotted at the 35, and they'll move it even further than that after the penalty. So now where are they going to spot it? Boom, boom, boom. Keep on walking, Mr. Ref. They'll spot it at the 20. Howe in great shape here. With 5 minutes remaining in the football game, a chance to tie the game on a 1st and 10 at the Callisburg 20-yard line. Haley drops back in the gun. 2 receivers either side. Jones will set up as an up man. This is going to be a handoff to Crosby. Just lowers his shoulder and gets a yard. Maybe to the 19, maybe to the 18. Move the stick a little bit. They'll put it at the 19.
Well, there's a hard-fought yard there, too. Again, big Blake Boren's clogging up that middle there for the...
They brought Cooper Jones in as another back, another lead blocker there right in front of Crosby. So 2nd down and 9 coming. Crosby switches sides, now goes to the left of Haley. Haley wants to throw. Right side, and sack. The ball's out. Callisburg has it at the 27-yard line. It's the first sack of the night. It came from the right side of the defensive line, and Haley's slow to get up.
It was Carl Moore unblocked, and he lit Haley up.
On a blitz.
That was one of those ones that everybody in the stands of Howe saw it. Everybody in Callisburg saw it, too. Saw it coming, except for Austin Haley. Moore came unabated and all the way and hit, just destroyed Austin Haley. The ball comes out, turned over by the Bulldogs.
So Callisburg will take over with 4:19 remaining in the game. And they'll have the ball at their own 27-yard line. And Montgomery has Moore back into the game right behind him. And he's going to hand off to Moore, who's hit in the backfield. He somehow surges forward, gets out of jail. I don't know how he did. He's still dragging the pile across 10 yards, 12 yards, 13 yards. How did he do that? He's 5'5", but Luis Gonzalez comes up with the football. Howe says they have the football. The whistle had not blown, did it? And they do have the football. They took it away. Luis Gonzalez took it away.
Moore trying to surge for extra yardage, and one of the things you do when you do that is a chance for somebody to pull it out, and Luis Gonzalez got his hands on that and able to pull it away. Now the officials are having a conference, I guess, to confirm whether or not it'll be Howe ball.
Well, they've already ruled it. Come on, fellas.
Here's a big call right here.
The ball will be spotted at the 43-yard line. They're talking to...
Looks like they're changing the call.
You got to be kidding me.
Ball.
This is gonna be. Watch your headsets, gentlemen. This is gonna get ugly. Yep, the headset was just ripped off. Coach J just ripped it off.
And the Bulldog fans don't like it either.
So Callisburg apparently is not going to get the fumble, and they're going to get the first down at the 43-yard line. Wow. Couple of head-scratching moments by the officials tonight. That one was one right there. Both of them have come back to really hurt Howe. Montgomery has Moore to his left, and Montgomery's gonna keep it around the right edge. He's got a lot of room. He could score. Long way to go. Haley to chase, flag down. Let me check this.
There's flag.
Moore actually, my goodness, they can ball fake like nobody's business. I think Moore might have had the football.
Moore did have the football, yeah.
My goodness. I know I'm Mr. Magoo and all, but that was a great ball fake.
Now let's see what the flag is. They're coming back, so that's going to be on Callisburg.
Thankfully, because either one of those young men were about to take it to the house. Montgomery, there were I believe there were kids chasing Montgomery because they thought he had the ball. I could be wrong.
Well, I heard you say Montgomery. I thought, well, maybe he knows Moore's got it, and he just accidentally called him Montgomery, but you really thought Montgomery had the ball.
I really did, all the way down the field. So they'll move this one back to the 32. So a big penalty there, and a timeout's been called by Callisburg. So how are we doing on spots? Are we good? Let's keep it right here. Howe needs to create a turnover, and they thought they had one a moment ago. Luis Gonzalez stripped it away. The big moment for the Bulldogs. They got to run and jump all over each other and really thought they had turned this game around, but the official said no, he was down, or whatever they did. Forward progress had been stopped, or inadvertent whistle. I don't know.
Yeah, they've had two plays that have been that have kept the Bulldogs from getting a turnover.
That's unfortunate because
key parts of the game too.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and the sack on Haley was so huge.
Wow. Haley's going to be sore tomorrow. He has been just
I tell you what,
tonight.
That young man is a football player.
He really is.
He is a football player. My lands.
And he's still out there on defense playing safety, making tackles.
So here we go, first down and a truckload, about 20 yards for Callisburg. Montgomery barking, and now whistles before this one can get underway, and I think they might have jumped. So they'll move them back a little bit more. But the way Callisburg has been going here in the third and fourth quarter, they just seem to be able to pick up enough yardage to move the sticks no matter how far back they are. And we'll see what happens here, but this is a long way to go.
This is where you see a read option, and Colton Montgomery keeps it and weaves his way through the defense.
So now they'll spot it at the 27. And Montgomery wants to keep it, being chased down by Fleming. And then finally drugged down.
Boy, big Will Fleming got back there, and he almost got his paws on Montgomery. He was able to slow him down just enough and kind of push him back inside.
I believe if he wouldn't have stumbled there, he scores. He had the whole right sideline.
Ball at the 32-yard line. There is 3 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in the game. And the officials are talking to Coach Jay and the coaching staff. And apparently a timeout.
Who called that timeout? Was that Howe? Okay. So both teams have 2 timeouts left.
So the Bulldogs defense is staying out on the field. Callisburg goes over and talks to Eddie Gill and company. The ball is spotted on the right hash, the far hash, as Callisburg moving right to left. The Bulldogs in all black, Callisburg in all white. Someone's got to finish this one up. Callisburg leading 28-21. Second down and about 23 yards to go. Montgomery in the pistol, drops back and wants to throw deep down the field. Right side, all alone as Simpson makes the catch. Enough for a first down and more. To the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Callisburg. They extend the lead and perhaps put the final nail in the coffin of the season opener in 2021.
I was just about to say, I wonder if Montgomery would try to go long.
I knew they'd come back to that play.
I thought this would be the perfect time to go. It's second and long, second and 15, 20 yards. This will be the time to go. Throw it downfield, and they do that and get behind the coverage.
68 yards on the touchdown from Montgomery to Simpson. And the hit exterior scoring drive recap goes 8 plays and 73 yards. And leaves 3 minutes and 34 seconds on the clock for the Bulldogs. And Mata trying to bang it through to make it 35. It's a high kick, right down the middle and good. 35-21, our new score here at Bulldog Stadium. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company. NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, how much magic is left out there? Bulldogs have to do something really special right now. Down 14 points with 3 minutes and 34 seconds left to go. Mata ready to bang away this Tech Wave kickoff. BU standing at about the 2-yard line on the far side, and they're going to kick it near side. Cooper Jones, why would you kick it to him? He's going to take it from the 18-yard line, looking for a seam. And he breaks a couple of tackles and surges forward across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And Howe will set up shop right there from their own 33. So Howe with just an outstanding game tonight in comparison to anything we saw last year except for the bottom game. But I'll tell you what, a couple of I never you never put the game on the officials, but there's a couple of plays there where Howe had turnovers that got taken away from them.
They really have, and right now, if you got a hurry up offense, it's time to implement that right now. Down by 2 scores, 3:23 to go in the ball game.
Daniels on the field in the backfield behind Haley, or right beside Haley. Jones and Huff near side, Lopez and Mcnutt far side. Left to right goes Howe. A high snap. Haley brings it down. Quick pass out. Ryan Huff. He caught it up to the 42. He did that a moment ago and did it again. Stops the clock. Just 8 yards shy of midfield with 3:18 on the clock. They're going to try to do that all day long.
Just work the sidelines. Get out of bounds. Stop the clock. And get you a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10. Ball at the 43. They gave him another yard. And Haley drops back 3 steps. Pressure coming. Got to throw it away, and he's going to be sacked, and a flag is down. Right at the feet of Caleb Hicks. But Haley is sacked back at the 34-yard line. Just couldn't find the open man. Took too much time.
Yeah, and I'm going to put that on Haley just a little bit as far as he's got to throw that away. I think he saw a receiver at the last minute. But ended up holding the ball. Looks like
it's going to be declined. The holding call is declined. And the ball will be spotted at the 33, bringing up a very long 2nd down and about 21 or 2 situation for the Bulldogs. Way back at their own 33. Huff down at the near side. Everybody else, receiver-wise, is on the far side. Daniels in the backfield. Haley, 3-step drop, looking down the field across the middle, and it's almost it was intended for Lopez, who didn't turn around. And it landed right at his feet, and thank goodness Pollard wasn't looking that way, because Pollard could have picked it. But it'll be 3rd down and about 21 now. That would have been about a 15-yard gainer had Lopez been able to go down and catch that, had he even been looking.
I was say, if he was looking, he probably could have caught that. But, yeah, he wasn't even having his head turned, so a little miscommunication between Haley Lopez.
So third down and 20-ish, 21.
And obviously you're 4 downs territory, so.
Haley telling one of his receivers to do something. He's waving with his left arm. Now sends a man in motion, which is Lopez. And quickly up the middle, and Haley's going to be sacked again back to the 25. Whatever they had cooking, it didn't stay in the fryer very long. It came out at the 25-yard line. And another sack for Haley, and Howe now facing a fourth down and need a miracle. About a 30, well, it's fourth down and 20, 30, almost 30.
Yeah.
All right, now there's 2:26 on the clock, and it is rolling.
Everybody go long. That's what this is.
The schoolyard. Haley drops back. He's going to step up in the pocket, throw it deep down the middle of the field, and it's going to be intercepted. And slow him down. No, he's going to bring it back, and that is – the ball's loose, and it goes out of bounds. And now there's a scramble for it down at the 32-yard line. All kinds of chaos going around. The interception came back to about the 42-yard line, and the ball popped out on that, moved backwards, scramble for it back there, and somebody finally came up with it from Callisburg at the 31-yard line.
It turns out to be a great punt for the Bulldogs there.
Exactly.
The 31-yard line.
And that may have been our ball game right there, boys.
I believe it probably was. Right now there's 2 minutes, or a minute 59 on the clock. And you just hope, hey, you hope at this point the game stays 35-21 because it's been a great game. You don't want the scoreboard to read something other than a great game. That's really what it's been.
I think Coach Gill is probably thinking at this point, probably run a couple run plays and then down it and go home. He didn't want to give up a turnover here.
So Montgomery in shotgun is going to keep it himself up the middle, dancing his way through a couple of tackles and gains about 4 yards near the 34-yard line, maybe 3 yards.
Timeout, Bulldogs.
So, if I'm Eddie Gill, I'm saying, hey, if you're going to keep calling timeouts, I'm going to keep running the football.
Yeah. At this point, is that the scoreboard says 3 timeouts? I thought there were only 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, a minute 42 is left in the game. It's going to be a second down and about somewhere around 7 for Callisburg here. But what a game it's been.
It really has.
The first half was amazing. It was a nail-biter going into the halftime and came out in the second half. And, just great moments in the game. And you need that. These kids need that. They need these moments because let me tell you what, when you go 0-10 and you sign up for football and you walk the halls and you wear the jersey and people say, oh, yeah, you are 0-10. And some, how kids are. They'll say, oh, y'all suck. And to hear that is demoralizing to players who are trying to achieve things that nobody else signed up for. They're the ones going through the sweat. Nobody else is doing that. Here's Montgomery handing off to Pollard up the middle, spins out of a tackle, and he breaks loose. He could be free, being chased down by Bryce Crosby, slung down by the jersey. He breaks that tackle and finally brought down at the 33-yard line on the far side of the field by Wesley Inge.
Again, save the tackle. Surprised he didn't get a horse collar on that play. It would have been worth it not to get the touchdown. No flag on that, though, for the first down.
It's Murphy, rather, on the tackle, not Wesley. Or Inge was there, I guess, but Murphy also there. We hear Brother Roger Tidwell, the PA voice of Bulldog Stadium.
But you know what you're saying, though, earlier, I think this game right here has got the Bulldogs believing now.
Well, they know they can play.
Exactly.
This is a game they were blown out a year ago, not even in the game. It was like Callisburg versus an 8th grade team. It wasn't like that. It ain't like that. Timeout has been called by Callisburg, and we're under a minute with 50 seconds left to go in the game. And, you got to think, hey, let's get in victory formation and let's get the heck out of Dodge,
It's not risk a turnover.
Any other score right here would be just a little bit, you're up by you're up by 2 scores. There's less than a minute. Not that, hey,
No, I agree. I think at this point you kind of go ahead and take a knee and get out of here without a turnover, without any other injuries.
So it's 1st and 10 for Callisburg. And they do still have Pollard out there and Montgomery, and they're in victory formation.
Yeah, okay.
So they'll drop back with the safety valve way on back there, which is Trammell. And they'll go into victory formation. And these will be the final moments of opening night 2021. As the Howe Bulldogs, boy, they fought tonight. They played hard. They had an outstanding effort in this game. Great moments, great highlights. They got to feel good about themselves on opening night. I know you lost 35-21. I get it. But
closer than the score indicates.
And very much closer than that. And this game last year was 48-8, and you weren't in it. Your leading rusher had 5 carries for 31 yards, and you had 1 million penalties. It wasn't like that tonight. It was a much better, crisp-looking football team tonight. They've got a lot to build on. Hey, I'm going to say it right now. This is a good football team.
This is.
This is a good football team. And Callisburg, is going to the playoffs on the other side. That's a good football team over there.
And you're going to need the same attitude next week when you go against Bells. Because Bells, I promise you, will bring it. And they're going to run it down your throat.
They will. You better be ready.
It is not getting easier next week.
So I'm real happy. I'm happy. I'm happy with the way things are looking. And, gosh, there were so many things offensively that looked so good. And a lot of that comes from Zach Cater and his influence as being a quarterback of Southeastern and, an all-world quarterback, all-Oklahoma quarterback at Durant, and all-state punter. That even came to play in this. Zach Cater, his offensive coordinatorship for this game was outstanding. And you got to tip your hat to Mark Ferguson, the new DC. Just an overall outstanding game for the Bulldogs. It came up a little bit short tonight, but I tell you what, if it's baby steps, you made some leaps here tonight. So very proud of the Bulldogs and their effort tonight, and a great job by the coaching staff. They've come a long way since 2020, and it's very evident tonight. Let's talk down on the field to Caroline Slauson one final time before she may interview some folks. Caroline, what you got down there?
She hears us?
Oh, she may be on her way up here.
Oh, she's right up there.
She doesn't have the headphones on. Or she's got them turned off. Or she's talking to, let's see. I wonder if this will wake her up. Nope, can't hear it. Can't hear it. So the Bulldogs wave their helmets in the air. And the school song. You got to be proud.
But, like you said, I think that you have a lot to build up. I think at the end of the game, the offense and defense, I think both of them just kind of seem to run out of, I don't know if it's just run out of gas or what there at the end, but those first 2-3 quarters, they were really playing with 100% effort and executing great. And there's a lot to build off of on this game.
Yeah, it's been if you wanted an opener that was competitive. You did not want a repeat of 2020's opener because that was just so hard on everybody. It was hard on the coaches, hard on the players, it's hard on broadcasters. It was just really tough. But this year's not like that at all. Coach Jay's down there talking to the team right now, and I guarantee you he's telling them how proud he is of that team for the effort they gave tonight. And they played on the field with a very good football team from Callisburg. And I'm about to make my way down on the field because I have a player down there. My son is the starting center, Malin Walker, if nobody knew that already.
Drew a couple of guys off sides there for Callisburg. He had a good play there.
We'll head down there. I want to get I want to experience that parent on the track like everybody else does,
Absolutely.
So I got 3 years of this.
Yeah. We'll hold down the fort.
Yeah. We do have the Ann's Realty Group post-game show coming up in a moment. We'll have, hopefully, at least first half highlights. We'll have stats by the blizzard. He'll have a lot of them tonight, especially the first half. There was a lot of offense in the first half, not as much seemingly in the second half, but still a lot of action offensively tonight by both teams, actually. More so Howe in the first half, more so Callisburg in the second half. But 35-21, our final score here at Bulldog Stadium tonight on the brand new AstroTurf. And Ann's Realty Group post-game show is coming up here in a moment. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we will be right back right after this.
CoreFit Gym on Hanning Street in Howe is a full gym stocked with all the cardio and weightlifting equipment you could need. They also have a couple of new tanning beds. CoreFit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At CoreFit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. CoreFit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Hanning Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
You're invited to Bucksnort BBQ in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to come taste the difference. Click on bucksnortbbq.com for complete information. That's BUCKSNORTBBQ.com. BucksnortBBQ.com has everything, including store location, menus, hours of operation, and much more. We'll see you there. Douglas Distributing is proud to sponsor the Howe Bulldogs. Douglas Distributing has been a diversified energy supplier since 1981. They offer fuel solutions for commercial, industrial, and residential applications through North Texas and southern Oklahoma. This family-owned and operated business strives to be your go-to company for all your fuel needs. From commercial fuels, DEFs, and lubricants, they've got everything to keep your business moving forward. Call Douglas Distributing today, 903-893-1181.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
You're listening to the Ann's Realty Group post-game show.
All right, welcome back here to Bulldog Stadium here on the Ann's Realty post-game show. I'm Justin White alongside Carson Grogan and Blake the Blizzard Burnett. Monty has gone down to the field, spent some time with his son. Bulldogs lose a close one tonight, 35-21 to the Callisburg Wildcats. Was close at halftime, was close there in the third quarter, and then kind of the fourth quarter was where things kind of got blown wide open there. Wildcats were able to pull away there from the Bulldogs. Blake, can you hear me up there?
Yeah, give me like 3 minutes.
Okay.
I think Caroline is wanting to interview Coach Jay.
Okay. Caroline, do you have us?
Oh, she gave us a thumbs up.
Okay, she's waiting on that. Let's talk about the game here. Carson, what were your thoughts here this evening?
Well, compared to last year, it's a much improved as Caroline's now ready with Coach.
Okay, so a couple of things. Coach Jay, one, it's so good to see you. I'm used to seeing you every day. I don't work with him anymore. 2, what a field.
Yes.
This is incredible.
It is awesome.
Okay, 3, no matter what the score says, what we've been talking about all night is that this team is a completely different team from last year. They put in so much fight, a lot of improvement. What is the message that you've been given to these boys since the start of two-a-days?
Well, it really started way back in November of last year, just making them believe that we can play. And we showed it tonight, we can play. You know, we faced a little adversity this week with not knowing who was going to be on the field with COVID and everything else. But even Coach Gill complimented us, saying, with all the things you faced this week, your team showed a lot of heart and character tonight. And I'm very proud of these guys. We are a better football team this year. Hands down, we're a better football team this year. I know we lost, and it hurts, and it sucks, I'll be honest. But I had a smile on my face because we improved. We've improved as a program right now, and that's all we can do. And we'll come out next week, and we're going to take care of Bells.
Well, that's what we've been talking about it all night, and it's true. No matter what the scoreboard says, it's just a fun environment. They look good, and congratulations on the improvement. It's going to be
the Biggest thing that we got to work on is special teams. Hands down, field position was a big turning point tonight. And, we short kicked the last 2 times. I was kind of worried about kicking it deep. But we got to fix the kickoff team because we can't give up that. The field position, anybody that knows football, that was a big deal tonight. So we got to fix that.
Y'all got it. Y'all got it. It's no big deal. We'll see y'all next week. It's good seeing you, Coach Jay. Bye.
All right, thank you, Caroline. The field position game, Carson, I think that's one thing that we didn't talk about as much. I mean, for special teams, there was kickoff returns by both teams for Callisburg and Howe. But the field position, it seemed like so many times, especially in that first half, where Callisburg was starting on the Howe side of the ball, and not only like at the 45-yard line, they were starting, 40, 30-yard line, and really putting the Bulldogs behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, and just like Coach Shea kind of admitted to in that interview, like once Callisburg returned that kick, Howe seemed intimidated to kick it deep because they were worried about not covering on the kick return. So I guess they decided to take the gamble with give them the good field position and hoping their defense can get a turnover or something. And that's one thing, the Bulldogs defense at points made stops and got turnovers this year. Last year, didn't see much of that, and so far, much improved Bulldog team.
Defensively, I'm thinking the guys who played well for Howe. Will Fleming got some penetration up there. Luis Gonzalez was playing with his hair on fire. Austin Haley continues to be. I think he's the best tackler on this team. There were some poor tackling at times by the Bulldogs, but I always thought Austin Haley did a great job tackling. Blake, you think you're ready for stats?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okay, let's go to Blake, the Blizzard Burnett, with our stats for tonight.
All right, final score, 35-21, Callisburg Wildcats on top of the Howe Bulldogs. The Bulldogs played great and much better from a year ago. Good things to see the offense score points. Just got to have better tackling on defense and stuff to run a little better at the second level. I thought the defensive line got penetration, and the linebackers just couldn't fill the holes and make the tackles. So we'll start with the Callisburg stats. Colton Montgomery, the quarterback, 7 of 9 passing, 129 yards and 1 touchdown. He also had 20 carries for 155 yards and a touchdown. Jake Pollard had 5 carries for 58 yards. Carl Moore had 8 carries for 50 yards and 2 touchdowns. Colton Simpson had 3 catches, 91 yards and a touchdown, and he had a kickoff return for a touchdown. Their defensive stats, Jake Pollard had 6 tackles. Rowan Bowen was a force up the middle on that defensive line for them tonight. He had 6 tackles. Carl Moore had 8 tackles and 1 game-changing sack on the Howe quarterback. And now we'll jump into the Howe stats, as Austin Haley had to sling it around a lot tonight because Howe basically had no run game throughout the whole game. Austin Haley was 23 of 36 for 254 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and he also had a big fumble. He gave us 7 tackles on defense. Cooper Jones had 2 touchdowns tonight, a kickoff return, and a 1-yard rushing touchdown. He also gave you 7 catches for 68 yards and added 3 tackles on defense. Ryan Huff, the outside receiver, had 5 catches for 55 yards. Caleb Mcnutt, the other outside receiver, had 5 catches for 84 yards and a touchdown. He gave the defense 3 tackles. Carson Daniels, the running back for the Bulldogs, had 10 carries for 46 yards and 4 tackles. On those 46 yards, 3 carries were for 30 yards. The other 7 were for 16. Luis Gonzalez was the big show performance for the Dogs tonight. He had 8 tackles and 2 big stops, 1 at the goal line, or this game could have been 42-21 if he doesn't make that tackle.
Blake, did you say Cooper Jones? So did he only have like 1 catch in the second half?
He had 1 catch in the second half and didn't play, but only 3 plays on defense in the second half. I don't know if fatigue got to him or not.
Well, he was sick early on in the year. I will give him that. He had a stomach bug, and it's actually a good thing he was able to play tonight.
Another thing I want to talk about is Will Fleming did not play much at right tackle in the second half. I don't know if there's anything there, but that could be an issue down the road.
All right, thank you, Blizzard. Appreciate the stats. We're in our Ann's Realty Group post-game show. You had an interview with Coach Jay. How did that go?
he seemed to. He was real proud of the team. He feels like he said we're definitely a better football team than last year.
No question.
And he said special teams is something they need to work on. He said they were a little bit worried about kicking it deep, and obviously ended up kicking it short and costing the touchdown. But he seemed real proud of the team. He said Coach Gill talked about how well the players played with a lot of heart, a lot of character, considering what they've been going through with COVID and all that. But he seemed pretty upbeat, though. Even though they lost, he said, we lost. It sucks, his words. And, don't like it. He said, but I just feel it feels pretty good about the team.
Well, I walked out there a moment ago. I've never heard my son cuss before, but he was very close.
Yeah.
He was very, very close out there. So I tell you what, it was a good game. He wasn't really happy with a couple of calls.
Yeah. By the officials?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we all.
Yeah. So I tell you what do we have anything left in the Ands Realty Group postgame show? We're not going to do highlights.
Yeah.
We're going to cut those later and release those maybe later tonight at the end as one big package. We'll share that out there on Facebook and Twitter. All the highlights tonight. There's a lot of highlights tonight. There's a really good football game.
This was a fun game, even broadcast-wise.
Yeah, it really was.
I mean, even a fan, broadcaster, it was a fun game to watch.
So our last two games have been really fun.
Yeah.
It didn't neither one of them turned out the way we wanted them to in the end. We thought Bonham was going to turn out one way, but it didn't turn out that way. But this one, when they went up by 1 point, 22-21, you kind of felt the tide turn just a little bit at that point, and I think the team might have felt that too. As really things were different from that point on, and Callisburg was able to add on from there. And but the Howe Bulldogs have nothing to be ashamed of tonight. They played outstanding. Really offensively for sure in the first and both sides of the ball in the first half. Offensively came through in the second half a little bit, and the defense just they got worn out in the second half. So we're going to end it from here.
Okay.
We'll be back next week. Bells will roll into town here at Bulldog Stadium for the second game of the season. They will be good. They're a good football team. An old friend over there in Dale West will man the sidelines over there. So two great coaches coming in here back-to-back, Eddie Gill and Dale West. And Howe's going to have their hands full a week from tonight against the Bells Panthers. For Justin White, our color analyst, for Jake Roberts, our highlight coordinator, our spotter and engineer, Carson Grogan, and our statistician, Blake Burnett, and our sideline personnel, Caroline Slauson. I'm Monty Walker, everybody, and we will see you next week right here, same place, same time. Our pregame show will start right about 6:30. We'll see you then. So long.